She is truly a great singer. The sunset was truly breathtaking. He spoke truly from his heart. Abandon. I abandoned my car in the city. The company will abandon its plans for expansion. She abandoned her childhood dream of becoming a singer. Absolute. The absolute temperature of the room is 20 degrees Celsius. She felt an absolute sense of relief when she heard the news. The company guarantees absolute customer satisfaction. Absorb. The sponge will absorb the water. The plant's roots can absorb nutrients from the soil. The new information will be absorbed by the audience slowly. Accent. She has a distinct accent that's hard to ignore. The actress tried to hide her southern accent during the audition. His British accent gave away his nationality immediately. Acceptable. The hotel room was acceptable. Considering it was last minute, her answer to the question was not entirely acceptable to the panel. The restaurant's prices were a bit higher than acceptable for most people. Accidentally. I accidentally locked my keys in the car. She accidentally spilled coffee all over her new dress. He accidentally deleted his important presentation file. Accompany. I will accompany my friend to the concert. The tour guide will accompany us through the museum. Can you accompany me to the airport tomorrow? Accurate. The weather forecast was accurate, so we were prepared for the storm. She is an accurate shooter and always hits her target. The company's financial reports were accurate reflections of their performance. Accurately. The scientist measured the temperature accurately. The company guaranteed that its products were made accurately. She was able to describe her experience accurately. Accuse. The detective accused the suspect of stealing the jewelry. She accused him of cheating on the test. He was accused of lying about his age. Acknowledge. The company acknowledged receipt of our proposal. She finally acknowledged her mistake and apologized. The new employee was asked to acknowledge the company's rules before starting work. Acquire. I will acquire a new book tomorrow. The company aims to acquire several small businesses this year. Can you help me acquire a laptop for my project? Actual. The actual winner of the competition was a surprise to everyone. The hotel room was not as luxurious as the actual advertisement had promised. The company's actual profits were much higher than expected. Adapt. The company needs to adapt its business model to stay competitive. The students will have to adapt quickly to the new teacher's teaching style. The team had to adapt its strategy after the opposing team made some changes. Additional. The company offered additional training to its employees. The hotel provided additional towels for our room without extra charge. The curriculum includes additional chapters on science and math. Adequate. The hotel room was adequate for our needs. She felt that her salary was adequate to support her family. The equipment was not adequate to handle the workload. Adequately. The hotel room was adequately furnished for our needs. She spoke adequately in her second language, but not fluently. The new employee was adequately trained for the job. Adjust. I need to adjust my glasses before class. The company will adjust its prices according to market demand. Can you adjust the volume on the TV so I can hear the movie clearly? Adopt. I am going to adopt a pet cat. The organization will adopt 3 more children. She decided to adopt a healthy lifestyle. Advance. We will advance to the next stage if we win this game. The company is making progress and advancing in its development. You can't advance to the next level without solving the puzzle first. Affair. The company has been involved in an affair with another major corporation. The news of her secret affair with a politician shook the entire community. He had an illicit affair with his secretary, which eventually ended in scandal. Afterwards. I'll go to the store afterwards. She studied hard before the exam and relaxed afterwards. We'll have dinner at 7 p.m. and then go to a movie afterwards. Agency. The travel agency helped us plan our trip. The detective agency solved the mysterious case. She worked for a recruitment agency in New York City. Aggressive. The driver was very aggressive and tailgated several cars. The company's marketing strategy became more aggressive after they lost market share. His aggressive behavior during the argument surprised everyone around him. Aid. The doctor provided medical aid to the injured person. The charity organization gave financial aid to the poor family. The team received tactical aid from their coach before the game. Aircraft. The aircraft took off from the runway. The pilot of the aircraft was very experienced. The new aircraft was much faster than expected. Alongside. The kids played alongside the river. We walked alongside the beach to enjoy the sunset. The company will expand alongside the growth of the industry. Alter. The manager decided to alter the company's marketing strategy. After the accident, she had to alter her daily routine. The new policy will alter the way we do business. Altogether. The team worked all together to finish the project. I'm feeling better altogether after taking my medicine. The company will be closed altogether for the holiday season. Ambulance. The ambulance drove quickly to the hospital. We called for an ambulance because my friend was injured. The paramedics on the ambulance took good care of me. Amusing. The comedian's jokes were quite amusing. Reading about the antics of cartoon characters can be amusing. Watching a cat try to catch a laser pointer is amusing. Anger. The news caused anger among the public. Her words sparked anger in me. He struggled to control his anger during the argument. Angle. The carpenter carefully cut the wood at an angle to fit the corner. From this angle, I can see the whole city skyline. The artist used a unique angle to create a sense of depth in her painting. Anniversary. We're celebrating our wedding anniversary next weekend. The company's anniversary sale is coming up soon. She sent me a surprise gift to mark our 1-year anniversary. Annual. The annual festival takes place in July. The company's annual report is due next month. The park's annual maintenance costs are high. Annually. The company awards its employees annually. The festival takes place annually in July. The charity holds an annual fundraising event. Anticipate. I anticipate that it will rain tomorrow. The company anticipates a significant increase in sales this quarter. She anticipates a big celebration after her wedding next month. Anxiety. I have been feeling anxious about my upcoming exam. She is worried about her anxiety getting worse. The stress and anxiety were affecting his sleep. Anxious. I am anxious about my exam. She became anxious when she couldn't find her phone. The patient was anxious to see the doctor again. Apparent. The solution to the problem is now apparent. It was apparent that she was nervous before the interview. The reasons for her behavior were not immediately apparent. Apparently. The company is planning to expand into Asia. Apparently. She's been feeling unwell for weeks. Apparently. The new policy seems to be working. Apparently. Appeal. The charity's appeal for donations was successful. The judge's decision appealed to everyone in the courtroom. The company's product appeal is its high quality. Approach. The company is going to approach the market with a new product. The manager will approach the problem from a different angle. We need to approach this situation with caution and sensitivity. Appropriate. The dress code for the party is formal. So I'll wear an appropriate suit. She chose an appropriate gift for her birthday. Considering her interests, the company requires employees to use an appropriate tone in their emails. Approval. The company received approval for its new product. She needed approval from her parents to go to the party. The project required approval from the CEO before it could start. Approve. The manager will approve your proposal. She doesn't approve of his behavior. The company approved the new product launch plan. Arise. A new problem arises in our project. The sun rises slowly over the horizon. Conflicts arise when people have different opinions. Armed. The police officer was armed and ready to respond to any situation. The terrorist group was heavily armed and posed a significant threat to national security. The hikers were armed with maps, compasses, and first aid kits as they ventured into the wilderness. Arms. She wrapped her arms around him. The sculpture had outstretched arms. He held his arms wide apart. Arrow. The hunter drew back the arrow. The target was hit by an arrow. The arrow pointed straight at the sun. Artificial. The artificial intelligence system was very advanced. The artificial sweetener was not as tasty as sugar. The artificial lake was a popular spot for swimming. Artistic. The museum features an extensive collection of artistic works from around the world. Her artistic touch added a unique flair to the ordinary design. The singer's artistic interpretation of the song brought tears to my eyes. Ashamed. She felt ashamed of her mistake. He was ashamed to ask for help again. The company is ashamed of its poor environmental record. Aside. The teacher sat aside to grade papers quietly. We put the book aside for now. We'll read it later. Can you set aside some time to help me with this project? Aspect. The aspect of the project that worries me is the budget. Her style has multiple aspects, making it unique. The dark aspect of human nature was explored in the novel. Assistance. The instructor provided guidance and assistance to help us complete the project. I needed financial assistance to cover the costs of my education. Can you offer some technical assistance to fix this broken machine? Associate. I associate this project with success. The company associates with many other businesses in the industry. She is an associate professor at the university. Associated. The company is associated with several major brands. He was associated with a group of artists who were known for their innovative work. The new policy is associated with increased productivity and efficiency. Association. The company has an association with several nonprofit organizations. The psychologist studied the association between stress and anxiety. The artist's work is often associated with abstract expressionism. Assume. I assume you're tired after that long journey. The company assumes no responsibility for lost packages. She assumes the role of the team leader on Monday. Assure. I will assure you that we will finish the project on time. The doctor assured me that my illness was not serious. The company assures its customers of high-quality products. Attempt. I will attempt to finish my project by tomorrow. The team attempted to solve the puzzle but failed. She's always willing to attempt something new. Automatic. The garage door is automatic. The car's transmission is automatic. The camera takes a picture automatically. Automatically. The lights in my room turn off automatically at night. When you insert the card, the machine will print out your receipt automatically. The camera takes a photo of me automatically every hour. Awkward. When I tripped and fell in front of my crush. It was really awkward. The meeting started to feel awkward when the CEO stopped showing up on time. Trying to have a conversation with my ex was really awkward and uncomfortable. Bacteria. Bacteria are tiny living things that can cause diseases. Antibiotics can kill certain types of bacteria. Our bodies have natural defenses against many kinds of bacteria. Burn. The fire will burn all night. He got a sunburn at the beach. This candle will burn out soon. Bargain. I found a great bargain at the mall. The sale was offering a fantastic bargain on shoes. We managed to get a good bargain on the new TV. Barrier. The forest is a barrier between the two villages. The company's financial struggles created a significant barrier to growth. The language barrier made it difficult for tourists to communicate with locals. Basically. I'm basically a morning person. The company is basically run by one person. She's basically done with her work for the day. Beat. The drummer beats the drum every day. She couldn't beat her personal best time. The heat was so intense that it almost beat me. Bent. The wire was bent when I picked it up. She tried to straighten the bent paper clip. The tree branch was bent by the strong wind. The book is beside my bed. I'm sitting beside you. The city is beside the river. I'm willing to bet that it will rain tomorrow. The farmer made a bet that his horse would win the race. Are you willing to bet your life on this? Beyond. The city's beauty goes beyond its historic buildings. The company's success went beyond our wildest dreams. The challenge was beyond my skill level at that time. Bitter. The medicine tasted bitter. She spoke in a bitter tone. The old man's memories were bitter. Blame. The manager blamed the employee for the mistake. She didn't want to blame her partner for their problems. The police wouldn't blame you if you called 911 in a real emergency. Blind. The blind man walked down the street. I tried to help the blind person across the road. He was so angry that he couldn't see anything, even though he wasn't blind. Blow. The candle will blow out if it's not placed correctly. Can you blow up the balloon to make it bigger? The strong wind started to blow and destroy the tents. Bound. The dog is bound to the tree by a leash. She's bound for New York after the conference. The team was bound together by their shared goal. Breast. The doctor examined her breast to check for any abnormalities. A mother's love is often likened to a gentle breast that nourishes her child. The pilot had to perform an emergency landing after the engine on one of the breast hit something in mid-air. Brick. The wall is made of many bricks. I picked up a brick from the ground. The house was built with solid bricks. Brief. The CEO will give a brief presentation at the meeting. She had to write a brief report on the project's progress. The doctor gave me a brief examination and sent me home. Briefly. I will explain this process briefly. The weather forecast says it will rain briefly tomorrow. She spoke briefly about her childhood. Broad. The river's broad banks were perfect for a picnic. She was very broad-minded and open to new ideas. The mountain road became narrower and less broad the higher you climbed. Broadcast. The news station will broadcast live from the scene. The company's annual report was broadcast on television. The charity event will be broadcast online. Broadly. The company operates broadly across different industries. The new policy will be applied broadly to all employees. The artist's style is recognizable broadly in her paintings. Budget. I need to make a budget for my trip. The company has exceeded its budget by $10,000. You should create a budget to track your expenses. Bullet. The bullet hit the target. The army used bullets to defend their country. The detective found a bullet in the victim's pocket. Bunch. I picked a bunch of flowers in the garden. The bunch of grapes was very heavy. Can you pass me that bunch of pens? Bush. The bush in our garden is very tall. She accidentally cut her dress on the bush. The rabbit took shelter behind a small bush. Cable. The cable TV provider offers many channels. Can you pass me that long cable? The company installed a new fiber optic cable in the city. Calculate. The engineer needs to calculate the stress on the building's foundation to make sure we have enough food. I need to calculate how many people will be attending the party. The company has to calculate its profits and losses for the quarter before reporting them to investors. Cancel. I need to cancel my flight. Can you cancel your appointment for tomorrow? The concert has been canceled due to bad weather. Cancer. Cancer is a serious disease. She survived cancer after a long treatment. The charity aims to raise money for cancer research. Capable. She is capable of solving complex math problems. The company is capable of producing high-quality products. He is a capable leader and always makes good decisions. Capacity. The car has a capacity to carry 5 people. The water tank has a capacity of 10,000 liters. The company has the capacity to produce 100 units per day. Capture. The photographer tried to capture the beauty of the sunset. The detective's goal was to capture the thief. The camera is designed to capture high-quality video. Cast the doctor cast my broken arm in a splint. The actress got the leading role in the play and had to cast her co-star as the villain. The metalworker cast a beautiful silver statue of a cat. Catch. I tried to catch the ball. Can you catch me if I fall? The fisherman was trying to catch a big one. Cell. The cell was small and confined. The biologist studied the cells under the microscope. The prison cell had a narrow window. Certificate. The company will only hire people who have a high school certificate. After completing her degree, she received a certificate of achievement. The hotel requires all guests to show their health and vaccination certificate upon arrival. Chairman. The chairman of the company made an important announcement. John was elected as the chairman of the student council. The chairman welcomed everyone to the meeting. Chief. The chief of police was very strict. She is the chief accountant for the company. He was made the chief executive officer after his predecessor retired. Characteristic. The beautiful garden is characteristic of this village. Her accent is quite characteristic of her hometown. The company's distinctive logo is a typical characteristic of their brand. Chase. The dog will chase its tail if it gets bored. She tried to chase her dreams, but they kept slipping away. The police officer chased the thief down the street. Cheek. She pinched her little brother on the cheek. He gave me a playful tap on the cheek. The baby's soft cheeks were so tender to touch. Conduct. The manager will conduct an investigation into the incident. The orchestra's conductor was highly respected for her talent. She is trained to conduct first aid in emergency situations. Chop. I will chop the wood for the fire. The chef chopped the vegetables quickly and efficiently. Can you please chop this onion for me? Circumstance. The company's financial situation was affected by circumstance. The politician had to adjust his speech according to the circumstance. Her education was influenced by the circumstances of her childhood. Citizen. Every citizen has the right to vote. The government provides services to its citizens. The new policy affects all citizens equally. Civil. The Civil War lasted for 4 years. The civil engineer designed the new bridge. He was a civil servant in the government. Classic. The old movie is a classic. She wore a classic white shirt to the party. He's a classic rock fan. Clerk. The clerk at the store helped me find what I was looking for. She has been working as a clerk at the bank for 5 years now. The clerk gave me a receipt after I made my purchase. Closely. The detective examined the crime scene closely. She listened to her child's story closely. He read the instructions carefully and worked on the project closely. Collapse. The old building is likely to collapse under its own weight. If you don't take care, your business will collapse. The tired athlete collapsed onto the grass after finishing the marathon. Combination. The combination of her skills and experience made her an excellent candidate. The lock required a special combination to open it. A combination of factors led to the company's financial problems. Comfort. The soft blanket provided great comfort during the long flight. After a long day, I like to come home and get some comfort from my favorite book. The hotel room had excellent comfort features, including a plush mattress and pillows. Command. The general gave the command to march. She had complete command of the language. The pilot received a command from air traffic control. Commission. The real estate agent received a commission on each house she sold. The artist was commissioned to paint a portrait of the city's mayor. The company will pay a commission to the salesman for each car he sells. Commitment. The company requires a commitment of 5 years from all its employees. Her marriage requires a deep emotional commitment between partners. The new employee showed a strong commitment to her job from the very beginning. Committee. The company formed a committee to discuss the new policy. The teacher asked the student council committee to help organize the school event. The city council committee decided to allocate more funds for public transportation. Commonly, many people commonly visit the beach during summer. It's commonly believed that exercise is good for your health. The company commonly uses recycled materials in their products. Complicated. The math problem was complicated. Her sister's divorce was very complicated. The new employee found it hard to learn the complicated rules of the company. Concentration. The teacher asked the students to maintain their concentration during the test. The athletes' focus and concentration helped her win the championship. It's hard to solve this puzzle without sufficient concentration and attention. Concept. The concept of zero was invented by ancient Indians. The company has a new concept for selling products online. The artist's latest sculpture is based on the concept of harmony. Concern. The company is concerned about the impact of the new law. Her safety concerns are paramount to her. The environmental organization expressed concern over the polluted river. Concerned. The doctor was concerned about the patient's symptoms. She became concerned when she couldn't find her phone. He was concerned that his child might not like the new teacher. Concrete. The road was made of concrete. The building's foundation is made of concrete. Concrete blocks were used to build the wall. Conduct. The manager will conduct an investigation into the incident. The orchestra's conductor was highly respected for her talent. She is trained to conduct first aid in emergency situations. Confidence. She gained confidence after acing her first public speaking test. He lacked confidence when it came to asking for help. The coach instilled confidence in his players before the big game. Conflict. The company is facing a conflict over the new product launch. The neighbors had a conflict over the noise level in the building. The two countries have been in conflict over border disputes for years. Confusing. The instructions were very confusing. His explanation of the concept was quite confusing. I found her advice to be extremely confusing. Confusion. The teacher's unclear instructions caused confusion among the students. After the game, there was great confusion about who had won. The new employee felt overwhelmed by the sudden change and the resulting confusion. Conscious. I am conscious of my surroundings. The patient was not fully conscious after the surgery. It's important to be conscious of your body language. Conservative. The politician is a conservative who believes in traditional values. The company has been very conservative with its spending over the past few years. She is a conservative dresser and prefers classic clothing. Considerable. The company has experienced considerable growth in the past year. Her parents were worried about her considering such a considerable change in her life. The team has put in considerable effort to develop this new technology. Considerably. The new policy has improved customer satisfaction considerably. The city's economy grew considerably over the past decade. Her weight loss program has resulted in her losing considerably less than expected. Consideration. The company will give careful consideration to all job applications. She gave special consideration to her sister's request for help. He didn't receive any consideration from his boss. So he quit. Constant. The doctor's constant attention helped the patient recover faster. The company's constant growth led to a significant increase in profits. Her constant friend was there to support her during the difficult time. Constantly. The baby cries constantly because she is hungry. He has been working constantly since morning to finish his project. She always feels tired and stressed due to her job, which she does constantly. Construct. The architect designed a new building to construct in the city center. The company will construct a new factory on the outskirts of town. The engineers worked hard to construct a sturdy bridge over the river. Construction. The construction of the new hospital is expected to be completed by next year. The construction company has been working on this project for 6 months now. The city's main street is currently under construction to accommodate the growing population. Consult. I will consult my advisor about this decision. The company will consult with experts before making a major investment. As a beginner, I like to consult a dictionary when I'm unsure of a word's meaning. Contemporary. The art museum features contemporary works by local artists. Her fashion sense is very contemporary. She always wears the latest trends. The hotel's contemporary design and amenities make it a popular choice for business travelers. Contest. The cooking contest was held at the local fair. She decided to enter the photography contest to improve her skills. The team won the chess contest by a landslide margin. Contract. The company will hire me if I sign this contract. We need to negotiate a new contract with our supplier. The lawyer drew up the contract for the real estate deal. Contract. The company will hire me if I sign this contract. We need to negotiate a new contract with our supplier. The lawyer drew up the contract for the real estate deal. Contribute. She will contribute to the project's success. The company is trying to contribute to environmental sustainability. Your expertise will greatly contribute to our team's progress. Contribution. The company's contribution to the community was recognized at the award ceremony. Her research paper made a significant contribution to the field of artificial intelligence. The new employee's positive attitude was a valuable contribution to the team's morale. Convention. The company will attend the convention in Paris next week. The IT industry holds an annual convention to showcase its latest products and services. The travel agency organized a special convention for adventure seekers in the mountains. Conventional. The company has been following conventional marketing strategies for years. Her daughter loves wearing conventional clothes and accessories. The new restaurant offers a more unconventional menu than the conventional ones. Convert. The company is working to convert its old factory into a modern office building. Many people are converting to vegetarianism for health reasons. The software company has converted its entire operation to cloud computing. Cope. She's been trying to cope with the loss of her pet. The company is struggling to cope with the economic downturn. The new employee was finding it hard to cope with the workload. Core. The core of the matter is that we need to find a solution. The company's core values include honesty and integrity. Yoga helps me connect with my physical and mental core. Council. The city council decided to build a new park. She was elected to the school council last year. The community council organized a charity event. Counter. The cashier used a counter to calculate the total bill. The company installed a new counter at its main entrance. She stood behind the counter, waiting for customers to arrive. County. The county fair is happening next weekend. I live in Los Angeles County. The new highway will connect 2 counties. Courage. The firefighter showed great courage when rescuing people from the burning building. It takes courage to stand up for what you believe in, even if it's difficult. The hiker felt a surge of courage when she reached the summit of the mountain. Crack. The firework exploded with a loud crack. She finally cracked open the walnut shell. The code had a small crack in it, so we had to repair it. Craft. She loves to learn new craft techniques. The company specializes in handmade craft products. The kids enjoyed making their own paper craft at school. Crash. The car crashed into the wall. The pilot had to crash land the plane. She tripped and crashed to the ground. Creature. The creature lurked in the shadows. My pet is quite a small creature. The deep sea is home to many strange creatures. Permit. The city permit allows me to park my car on the street. I need a special permit to enter the restricted area. He obtained a building permit from the local authorities. Crisis. The company is facing a crisis due to financial difficulties. The city experienced a crisis when its main power plant shut down. The government was unable to handle the crisis caused by the natural disaster. Criterion. The company sets a high criterion for hiring new employees. The teacher emphasized that the quality of the work was the main criterion for grading. To be eligible for the scholarship, applicants must meet certain educational criterion. Critical. The doctor said that the patient was critical after the accident. The company is facing critical financial difficulties. The new policy has been put on critical review by the government. Criticism. The artist was sensitive to criticism. The politician's speech received some criticism from the opposition party. The film received harsh criticism for its poor plot and characters. Criticize. The movie critics were quick to criticize the film's poor plot. She was criticized for her poor performance at work. He likes to criticize others, but not himself. Crop. The farmer carefully harvests the crop. The company invests in a new crop of researchers. The garden has produced a good crop of tomatoes. Crucial. The company's financial report was crucial to investors' decisions. Understanding the patient's medical history is crucial for diagnosing the disease correctly. The team's star player was crucial to their winning strategy. Cry. The baby will cry if it's not fed on time. She started to cry when she heard the news. The movie made me want to cry because of its sad ending. Cure. The doctor has found a cure for the disease. The company claims that its new product will cure cancer. Scientists are working hard to find a cure for Alzheimer's. Curious. The child is curious about the way things work. She was curious to know what lay beyond the horizon. He's a curious person and loves to learn new things. Curve. The road curves around the mountain. The shape of the roof is a gentle curve. The path follows a natural curve through the forest. Curved. The road was curved around the mountain. The shape of the shell was curved and delicate. The bridge had a curved structure to support heavy loads. Dare. I dare you to try that new roller coaster. She's too scared to dare anyone to do something crazy. He dared me to eat a whole jar of wasabi. Debate. The students debated whether to go to the movies or stay home. The politicians debated the new tax law and its effects on the economy. The scientists debated the theory of evolution in a conference hall. Debt. I have accumulated a large debt from my credit card purchases. The government is trying to reduce its national debt by increasing taxes. She decided to file for bankruptcy to eliminate her debt from student loans. Declare. The winner will declare the grand prize. The company has decided to declare bankruptcy. She declared her love for him in front of everyone. Decline. The company decided to decline the offer. She was asked to decline the invitation, but she didn't want to. The doctor recommended that I should decline the surgery, as it was too risky. Decoration. The living room was decorated with beautiful ornaments. She added some decoration to her birthday cake to make it more festive. The hotel lobby had a lovely decoration that caught my eye. Decrease. The company's profits will decrease next quarter. The number of students in the class has decreased significantly this year. The price of oil on the global market is expected to decrease by next summer. Deeply. I am deeply grateful for your help. She is deeply in love with him. The forest was deeply frozen that winter. Defeat. The underdog team managed to defeat the favored opponent. The company's financial struggles ultimately led to its defeat. The athlete was determined not to let her opponent defeat her again. Defense. The country's defense system is very advanced. The team worked hard on their defensive strategy. The new law aims to strengthen the nation's defense capabilities. Defend. The lawyer was hired to defend the accused. The country is prepared to defend its borders against any invasion. He defended his PhD thesis with great confidence. Delay. The flight was delayed due to bad weather. I apologize for the delay in sending your package. The project will be completed a few days ahead of schedule, without any major delay. Deliberate. The company deliberately chose to downsize due to financial difficulties. She deliberately left her phone at home so she wouldn't be distracted by messages. The government deliberately avoided discussing the sensitive topic during the meeting. Deliberately. She deliberately left her phone at home. The company deliberately ignored our proposal. He deliberately chose not to attend the meeting. Delight. The children's delight was to play in the park. The surprise party was her greatest delight. Watching the sunset is my greatest delight. Delighted. I was delighted to receive your letter. She was delighted by the surprise party thrown for her. The children were delighted with their new toys. Delivery. The company offers same-day delivery. The restaurant will make home delivery for large orders. The online store provides free standard delivery on all orders over $50. Demand. The protesters demanded justice. The company demands high-quality products from its suppliers. She demanded to speak to the manager immediately. Demonstrate. The teacher asked the student to demonstrate how to solve the math problem. The company will demonstrate its new product at the trade show next week. The artist's latest sculpture is meant to demonstrate her appreciation for nature. Deny. The company denied that they had been involved in any illegal activities. She denies having a romantic relationship with her coworker. The government refuses to deny the rumors of corruption within its ranks. Deposit. I made a deposit of $100 in my savings account. The bank requires a minimum deposit of $500 to open an account. The company will refund any deposit made by the customer. Depressed. The patient was depressed after losing his job. She looked depressed, so I asked her if she was okay. The doctor said that he needed to get out more to overcome his depression. Depressing. The movie's depressing ending left me feeling sad. Her constant complaining can be very depressing to listen to. The news about the economic crisis was really depressing and made me worried. Depth. The ocean's depth is difficult to measure. The diver went down to great depth in the sea. The scientists studied the depth of the lake to understand its ecosystem. Derive. The formula derives from a complex mathematical equation. The company's profits derive from their successful marketing strategy. The idea for the new product derived from customer feedback. Deserve. She deserves a promotion after all her hard work. The team deserves to win after playing such a great game. You deserve a break after working for so long. Desire. I have a desire to travel to Europe. She has been nurturing her desire to become a writer. His desire for success drove him to work harder every day. Desperate. The hikers were desperate for water and shelter. She was desperate to get in touch with her old friends. The company was desperate to hire new employees. Desperately. She desperately needed a job to support her family. The team was desperately trying to win the game. He desperately wanted to learn how to play the guitar. Destruction. The earthquake caused massive destruction. The fire department worked to prevent further destruction of the city. The war had devastating consequences, including widespread destruction. Detailed. The architect designed the building with detailed blueprints. She provided detailed instructions for assembling the furniture. The historian wrote a detailed account of the battle. Determination. She showed great determination to finish her project. His determination to succeed was evident in his hard work. The athlete's determination to win the game was inspiring. Devote. I devote my free time to reading. She devotes herself fully to her work. He devotes his weekends to exercising. Dig. The dog loves to dig in the sand. Can you help me dig this hole? I will dig a garden in my backyard. Disabled. The athlete was disabled and could not participate in the marathon. The government has programs to help people who are disabled. She felt embarrassed about being disabled and not being able to do certain things. Disagreement. The two friends had a disagreement over the best way to solve the puzzle. The team members had a strong disagreement about which player should be captain. The siblings had a deep-seated disagreement about how to divide their inheritance. Disappoint. The concert was supposed to start at 8 p.m., but it got delayed and many people left, feeling disappointed. Her expectations were high, but the movie did not live up to them, leaving her feeling disappointed. I was looking forward to trying the new restaurant, but when we got there, it was closed, which left me feeling disappointed. Disappointment. The news of her being fired was a great disappointment to her. He felt a sense of disappointment when he didn't get the job. The team's loss was a huge disappointment for their fans. Disc. The athlete received the disc and started to throw it. The teacher asked students to make a disc to represent their country. The company is going to release a new disc of music on Friday. Discipline. The military requires discipline from its soldiers. Good time management is a matter of personal discipline. A strict teacher may be seen as too disciplined. Domestic. The cat is domestic and likes to sleep at home. My grandmother is very good at doing domestic chores. The hotel offers domestic and international flights. Dishonest. The used car salesman was being dishonest about the car's condition. She was accused of being dishonest in her financial dealings. His dishonest behavior caused him to lose the trust of his friends. Disk. The computer needs a disk to install software. I accidentally deleted all my files from the external disk. The new game requires a high-speed disk drive to run smoothly. Dismiss. The judge dismissed the case due to lack of evidence. She dismissed his concerns about the project's deadline. The company will dismiss 20 employees due to financial difficulties. Display. The store has a large display of electronic gadgets. She decided to display her artwork at the local gallery. The museum will display the ancient artifacts for 2 weeks. Distinguish. The teacher asked me to distinguish between fact and opinion. Can you distinguish the different sounds in this music? The expert was able to distinguish between genuine and fake art. Distribute. The company will distribute its products to stores across the country. The charity will distribute food and clothing to those in need. The manager asked me to distribute the reports to all team members. Distribution. The company will handle the distribution of products to all stores. The distribution of tasks among team members is quite uneven. The new policy aims to improve the distribution of resources within the organization. District. The city is divided into 5 districts. The new shopping district opened last month. The school is located in a quiet residential district. Disturb. The noise from the construction site will disturb the neighbors. Please don't disturb me while I'm working on my project. The new restaurant in town is likely to disturb the local businesses. Divide. The country decided to divide its land into smaller sections. We need to divide the money equally among us. The teacher asked the students to divide their work into 3 parts. Division. The company is considering dividing its operations into 2 separate teams. The teacher asked the students to divide the pie into equal portions. The math problem required dividing a large number by a small integer. Divorce. The couple decided to get a divorce after years of struggling in their marriage. The lawyer specialized in divorce cases and helped many people navigate the process. After the divorce, she was left to raise their 2 young children on her own. Dominate. The strong team dominated their opponents in the final match. Her skills and experience allowed her to dominate in the art world. The company's market share began to dominate after they launched their new product. Dot. The artist painted a small dot on the canvas. The doctor examined the patient's skin, looking for a tiny dot. A dot marked the location of the hidden treasure map. Downwards. The ball rolled downwards off the table. The firework exploded upwards, then fell downwards slowly. The stairs led down to the basement. Going downwards. Dozen. I have a dozen cookies in my bag. The bakery sells a dozen bread loaves per hour. She has to buy a dozen eggs for her recipe. Draft. The company is reviewing its draft proposal. She spent hours crafting her first draft of the novel. The politician released a draft of his new policy statement. Drag. The heavy luggage was hard to drag up the stairs. The fire dragged slowly across the forest floor. The new policy will drag down the company's profits. Dramatic. The actor's dramatic entrance surprised everyone in the audience. The news of her resignation was met with a dramatic reaction from her colleagues. The sunset on the beach was a dramatic display of colors and lighting. Dramatically. The sun set dramatically over the horizon. She spoke dramatically to emphasize her point. The fireworks exploded dramatically in the sky. Dull. The old book was very dull. The movie was dull and boring. Her hair had become quite dull from lack of color treatment. Dump. I'm going to dump this old car. The city council decided to dump the trash in the nearby forest. She accidentally dumped coffee all over her shirt. Edition. The latest edition of the magazine is now available. The collector's rare book was published in a limited edition. The company released a special anniversary edition of their software. Efficient. The new manufacturing process is efficient and reduces production time. She's an efficient worker and can complete tasks quickly. The company has implemented efficient communication systems to improve collaboration. Efficiently. The company's new production process was implemented efficiently. She finished her project efficiently, exceeding all expectations. The team worked efficiently to meet the tight deadline. Elbow. I bent my elbow to tie my shoe. The soccer player used her elbow to block the opponent's shot. The chef carefully moved a hot pan away from his elbow. Elderly. The elderly people in our neighborhood often get together for tea parties. Many organizations provide services specifically designed for the elderly. After retirement, the elderly often have more time to travel and explore new places. Elect. The people elected their leader by a landslide. She was elected as the captain of the soccer team. The company will elect a new CEO next year. Elegant. The new restaurant has an elegant atmosphere. She wore an elegant white dress to the party. The art museum's new exhibit is quite elegant. Enthusiasm. She showed great enthusiasm for her new job. The crowd's enthusiasm was palpable during the concert. His enthusiasm for photography inspired others to take up the hobby. Tendency. She has a tendency to procrastinate. The company has a tendency to innovate quickly. His tendency to interrupt others during conversations is annoying. Elsewhere. I will be meeting my friends elsewhere tonight. The company has offices elsewhere in the country. She decided to go shopping elsewhere because the store was too crowded. Emerge. The sun will emerge from behind the clouds soon. The new ideas will emerge after careful consideration. The hidden pattern will emerge as we analyze the data. Emotional. The movie was very emotional, making me cry. Her emotional reaction to the news surprised everyone. I'm not good at hiding my emotional feelings. Emotionally. She spoke emotionally about her experience. The artist painted the city emotionally, capturing its vibrant energy. He was emotionally exhausted after the long trip. Emphasis. The teacher gave extra emphasis to the most important points in her lecture. The company placed great emphasis on hiring employees who share its values. The coach put emphasis on teamwork, saying it was crucial for success in the game. Emphasize. The teacher asked the student to emphasize the important points in his speech. The company will emphasize its commitment to environmental sustainability in its new marketing campaign. To understand the poem, you need to emphasize the metaphorical language used by the poet. Empire. The Roman Empire was one of the most powerful empires in history. The British Empire once spanned across a quarter of the world. China's ancient empire was known for its porcelain and silk productions. Enable. The new software enables users to edit images. The accessibility features enable people with disabilities to use the website. The online course enables students to earn a certification in project management. Encounter. As I was walking in the woods, I encountered a bear. The spaceship will encounter several asteroids before reaching its destination. She had an unpleasant encounter with her ex-boyfriend at the party. Engage. The company will engage in environmental initiatives to reduce its carbon footprint. The teacher asks students to engage with the material by creating a project. The sales team will engage with potential clients at the trade show to build relationships. Enjoyable. The concert was an enjoyable experience. Reading books is an enjoyable hobby for me. Summer vacation was an enjoyable time for the family. Enquiry. I made an enquiry about the hotel's room rates. The company received several inquiries regarding job vacancies. Can you help me make an enquiry to book a flight online? Ensure. The company will ensure that all products meet safety standards. We must ensure that the door is locked before we leave. The government will ensure that everyone has access to healthcare. Entertaining. The comedian's stand-up routine was entertaining. Watching the fireworks display was an entertaining way to spend the evening. The documentary about space exploration was surprisingly entertaining. Enthusiastic. She is an enthusiastic learner and quickly masters new skills. The team was enthusiastic about their chance to win the championship. He is an enthusiastic hiker and loves exploring new trails. Entire. The entire city was affected by the flood. She spent her entire weekend studying for the exam. The company offered an entire package of services to its clients. Entirely. The new employee was entirely new to the company. The play was entirely improvised. With no script, she found the book entirely fascinating and read it in one sitting. Exhibit. The museum exhibit features artifacts from ancient civilizations. The art gallery is going to exhibit new works by local artists. The zoo will exhibit a rare species of big cat for the first time. Envelope. I placed the letter in an envelope. She carefully opened the envelope to read the contents. The package was wrapped in a brown envelope and sealed with tape. Equivalent. The new smartphone is equivalent to the one we had last year. The amount of money I spent on gas was equivalent to a week's worth of groceries. She has an equivalent degree in environmental science from another university. Essentially, the company is essentially a small business. Despite its large size, this type of fruit is essentially a combination of an apple and a pear. He is essentially a good person at heart, despite his rough exterior. Establish. The company will establish a new branch in the city. The government aims to establish peace in the region. The researcher worked hard to establish her reputation as an expert. Estate. The Smiths inherited a large estate from their great-aunt. The mansion was an impressive sight to behold, especially when you considered it was once the estate of a king. The new owners decided to renovate the old estate into a luxurious resort. Estimate. The construction company provided an estimate of $500,000 for the project. Based on past experience, I estimate that it will take at least 3 days to complete the task. The real estate agent gave us an estimate of the property's value based on its location and condition. Even. I will even try to climb that mountain. The weather was not even pleasant yesterday. Can you even imagine what it would be like? Evil. The evil witch cast a spell on the kingdom. The villain's evil plan was to take over the world. The detective had to stop the evil killer before he struck again. Examination. The teacher will give us an examination tomorrow. She studied hard for her examination and got good grades. The doctor needs to conduct a thorough examination of the patient's medical history. Exception. The rule has one exception. People who are already members get in for free. This new policy is an exception to the usual rules of the company. The teacher made an exception for John because he was feeling unwell that day. Exclude. The company excludes employees who are not fluent in English from participating in international projects. The teacher will not let Johnny exclude his friends from playing during recess. The new policy will exclude individuals with criminal records from getting a job at our company. Excuse. Excuse me. I need to use the restroom. Can you excuse yourself for a minute? I'd like to take this opportunity to excuse my absence yesterday. Excuse. Excuse me. I need to use the restroom. Can you excuse yourself for a minute? I'd like to take this opportunity to excuse my absence yesterday. Executive. The executive in charge of the project was very pleased with the outcome. She was offered an executive position at a large corporation. The executive team made the final decision after reviewing all the options. Existence. The concept of existence is complex and difficult to understand. The search for meaning in existence is a universal human quest. Many philosophers have written extensively about the nature of existence. Exit. Please exit the building quietly. The sign said, exit only. Take the next exit to get to the highway. Expectation. The manager had high expectation for the team to perform well in the competition. The students' expectation of their teacher was that he would be strict but fair. Meeting people's expectation is not always easy, especially when they have different values and beliefs. Expense. The company has to consider the expense of hiring new employees before making a decision. Traveling abroad can be an expensive experience, especially when you're not familiar with the local culture. The organization has to cut back on expenses in order to stay financially stable during this economic downturn. Expose. The journalist's investigation will expose the truth about the company's environmental record. The new smartphone app is designed to expose fake news stories and misinformation online. The artist's latest sculpture is intended to expose the social and economic injustices of modern society. Extend. The company is planning to extend its services to more cities. Can you extend my stay for another week? The new policy aims to extend healthcare coverage to low-income families. Extension. The company decided to build an extension to their office building. I'm going to take an extension course in computer science to improve my skills. The new wing of the museum is an extension of the original building's design. Extensive. The company has an extensive network of suppliers across the country. The research project required an extensive analysis of data from multiple sources. The new hotel chain plans to open an extensive number of locations worldwide. Extent. The damage was extensive to the point that we had to rebuild the entire building. The company is willing to go to great extent to ensure customer satisfaction. The teacher asked the students to describe the extent of their summer vacation. Extraordinary. The firework display was truly extraordinary. She is an extraordinary pianist who can play any song by ear. The new employees' skills were so extraordinary that they quickly rose to a leadership position. Facility. The company has built a facility to produce solar panels. The hospital has a special facility for treating burns patients. The new sports facility is available for public use on weekends. Failure. The company's new product was a failure. I'm afraid that my project will be a failure without more funding. He considered quitting after the first failure. But he didn't give up. Faith. I have faith in my team to win the game. Her faith is tested at some point in her life. Faith can move mountains. But it takes courage. Fame. She is seeking fame through her music. The actor's quest for fame led him to accept strange roles. In the end, it was her beauty that brought her more fame than her talent. Fault. The pilot noticed a fault in the plane's engine. The company took responsibility for the fault and apologized to customers. The doctor found no fault with the patient's medical report. Feather. The bird's feather was soft and fluffy. Can you give me that beautiful feather? She wore a fancy hat with a long feather. Federal. The federal government has implemented several policies to reduce carbon emissions. The university is accredited by the Federal Agency for Higher Education. The company is required to comply with federal regulations regarding data protection. Fee. The law firm charges a fee for every case they take. The school requires a registration fee to enroll students. The hotel room costs an additional fee per night for extra guests. Feed. The farmer feeds the cows every morning. My pet fish needs to be fed once a day. I like to feed the birds in my backyard. Feel. I feel happy when I am with my friends. The patient feels a lot of pain after surgery. She doesn't feel like going to the party tonight. Fellow. My fellow traveler was very friendly. The fellow at the next table was eating loudly. I met a fellow hiker on the mountain trail. Fever. I have a fever. The doctor gave her some medicine to reduce the fever. She stayed in bed for 3 days because of a high fever. Finance. The company is struggling to manage its finance. She has experience in international finance. Can you help me with my personal finance? Firm. The company was a firm believer in innovation. After months of negotiation, the two firms reached an agreement. The new employee worked for a large and well-established firm. Firmly. She held the reins firmly in her hands. He shook my hand firmly as we parted ways. The teacher spoke firmly to the student who was misbehaving. Fix. I need to fix my bike. Can you help me fix this broken chair? She spent hours trying to fix the leaky faucet. Flame. The fireman carefully put out the flame. She lit a candle and watched the flame dance. The chef expertly cooked the steak over an open flame. Flash. The photographer's camera flashed to take a picture. She quickly put on her flashiest dress for the party. The firework exploded with a loud flash in the sky. Flavor. The cake has a lovely flavor. This dish has a strong flavor of garlic. Can you add more flavor to this soup? Float. The leaf floated down the river. The balloon will float away if I release it. The pool toys float on top of the water. Fold. The paper is easy to fold. Can you fold this map so it fits in my pocket? The tent needs to be folded up carefully when not in use. Folding. The map is folding into a compact shape. She is good at folding clothes. The tent needs to be folding and packing away for the night. Forecast. The weather forecast says it will be sunny tomorrow. According to the latest forecast, there's a high chance of rain this weekend. I checked the forecast before leaving for my trip and it said there would be clear skies. Forgive. I forgive my brother for what he did. She forgave him after he apologized. It's hard to forgive someone who has hurt you deeply. Former. The former president of the company is now a consultant. She was the former captain of the soccer team. But now she's retired. The former student union leader is running for mayor in next year's election. Formerly. I formerly lived in Paris. The company formerly known as XYZ Inc. is now called ABC Corp. She was a teacher formerly. But now she's a writer. Fortune. I won a fortune in the lottery. She was born into a great fortune and never had to work. He spent his entire fortune on buying a yacht. Forward. I'm moving forward to pursue my dreams. The company is working forward to launch its new product. Can you move this box forward a few feet? Found. I found my phone in the couch cushions. She found a beautiful butterfly in her garden. They found an old coin on the beach. Foundation. The company's foundation was established in 1980. The beauty products were built on a strong foundation of natural ingredients. She laid a solid foundation for her future career by pursuing higher education. Freedom. Freedom is a precious gift. The country fought for its freedom from colonial rule. In the United States, freedom of speech is a fundamental right. Freely. She sings freely in her own voice. The company allows its employees to work freely from home. He writes poetry freely without any restrictions. Frequent. She visits her parents frequently. The frequent rainstorms have damaged many crops. We go to the beach frequently during summer. Fully. I have studied this subject fully. The company has invested fully in the new technology. She is fully committed to her work. Fund. We established a fund to support local charities. The company provided a scholarship fund for employees' children. The government allocated a significant fund to improve education. Grand. The fireworks display was grand. She wore a grand hat to the party. The old castle was truly grand. Fundamental. The fundamental principles of democracy include freedom and equality. Understanding the fundamental laws of physics is crucial for any scientist. The company's fundamental values are honesty and transparency. Gain. I will gain weight if I don't exercise regularly. The company will gain more customers with this new marketing strategy. She gained a lot of confidence after her first big success. Generate. The company's new software is designed to generate more leads for sales teams. The algorithm will generate a random number between 1 and 100. The teacher asked the students to generate their own questions for the quiz. Genuine. The company's commitment to sustainability is genuine. Her smile was genuinely warm and inviting. She gave me a genuine apology for her mistake. Genuinely. I genuinely love reading books. She is genuinely sorry for what she did. He genuinely believes in the power of meditation. Govern. The government is elected to govern the country. Nan Nan. Governor. The governor of California is a well-known figure. The governor has decided to reduce taxes for small businesses. The new governor of New York will focus on education reform. Revolution. The French Revolution changed the course of modern history. The Industrial Revolution brought about significant changes in society. The digital revolution has transformed the way we communicate. Grab. Grab your phone and take a picture. The athlete grabbed the ball and ran away. Can you grab me a glass of water from the kitchen? Gradually. The company gradually increased its employee benefits package. She gradually learned to play the piano by herself. The city's population gradually grew over the years. Grant. The charity will grant $10,000 to the local community center. The university will grant me a scholarship if I get good grades. The government has granted permission for the new hospital to open. Greatly. The new policy greatly benefited the company. The teacher greatly enjoyed the school play. The city's new park greatly improved the community's quality of life. Grocery. I'm going to the grocery store. Can you help me carry my grocery bags? The grocery shop is closed today. Guarantee. The company guarantees that all products will be delivered within 24 hours. The seller gives a lifetime guarantee on the new TV. We guarantee the quality of our products will meet your expectations. Handle. I need to handle this situation carefully. She handles her responsibilities very well. Can you handle the heavy box for me? Harm. Eating too much sugar can harm your teeth. Smoking can harm the health of people around you. The company's careless actions harmed the environment. Harmful. The chemicals in the factory were harmful to the environment. Smoking is a harmful habit that can lead to serious health problems. The company was sued for selling harmful products to children. Heal. The medicine was designed to heal the wound. Yoga can help people heal emotionally after a breakup. The doctor's care helped me to start healing quickly. Hearing. The doctor conducted a hearing test to check my ears. I'm going to the hearing today to support my friend's case. The judge was very impressed by the evidence presented during the hearing. Heaven. Heaven is a wonderful place. The angels in heaven sing beautiful songs. The stars in heaven are very bright tonight. Heel. The fashion designer emphasized the importance of a high heel for formal occasions. The hiker twisted her ankle on a rocky outcropping and had to limp back to camp with the help of her hiking boots heel. The shoe repair shop specializes in fixing high heels, from stilettos to wedges and pumps. Hell. I'm having hell trying to fix this broken computer. The traffic in rush hour is absolute hell. Going to that amusement park was hell for my queasy stomach. Hence, the company's financial struggles led to significant layoffs. Hence, we will not be attending the conference this year. The new policy has reduced the company's carbon footprint. Hesitate. She will not hesitate to ask for help when she needs it. He didn't hesitate to try a new restaurant in town. The manager asked me not to hesitate before making a decision. Highway. The highway stretches across the country from coast to coast. I took the highway exit and turned left onto the main road. The speed limit on the highway is 65 miles per hour. Hip. The doctor examined her hip carefully. The hip restaurant in town is very popular. The rock music band's lead singer has a hip swing. Hire. I will hire a car for my trip. The company hires many employees each year. Can I hire a tutor to help me with math? Hold. I will hold your hand. The company holds a meeting every week. Please hold this door open for me. Hollow. The tree had a hollow trunk. The sound of the bell was hollow and tinny. The cave was so dark that it looked like a hollow mouth. Holy. The holy book was revered by all. The holy city was a place of great pilgrimage. She felt a sense of holy peace in her heart. Honor. She did the honorable thing and returned the money to the store. He felt proud of himself for doing an honorable deed. The company was awarded an honor for its outstanding contribution to the community. Hook. I used a hook to hang my coat. The fisherman's hook was very sharp. Can you pass me that hook? Household. The household had been struggling to make ends meet. She was responsible for managing the household budget. The new appliances were added to the household inventory. Housing. The city is providing more affordable housing options for low-income families. The new development includes a mix of market rate and subsidized housing units. The government is investing in programs that promote affordable housing and community development. Humorous. The comedian's humorous speech made everyone laugh. The book has a humorous tone that makes it enjoyable to read. His humorous way of dealing with stress is quite impressive. Humor. The comedian's sense of humor is very original. She tried to make us laugh with her silly jokes. But we just didn't find them funny. The movie had some great scenes that really made me laugh. But overall it was quite serious. Hunt. The hunter goes out to hunt deer every weekend. The dogs love to go on a hunt in the woods. The police are hunting for a suspect who escaped from prison. Hunting. The hunters spend all day hunting deer in the forest. Hunting is a popular sport in many countries around the world. The group went camping and hunting in the mountains last weekend. Illustrate. The diagrams in the manual were designed to illustrate the steps for assembling the furniture. Her research was conducted to illustrate the impact of climate change on marine life. The artist's latest book aims to illustrate the importance of preserving endangered species. Imagination. She has a vivid imagination and can picture anything she wants. The children's imagination ran wild as they built their dream fort. Without imagination, art would not exist. Impatient. She is an impatient person when it comes to waiting in lines. The driver was impatient and tailgated the car in front of him. I'm getting impatient. Can we please finish this project already? Implication. The company's decision to lay off employees has serious implications for their families. Her criticism of his leadership style implies that she does not respect him. The study found no correlation between exercise and weight loss, suggesting no implication on diet. Imply. The company's statement implies that they will be increasing prices soon. Her words imply that she is very unhappy with the situation. His facial expression implies that he is feeling anxious about the test. Insurance. I have health insurance. The company provides life insurance for its employees. You should buy car insurance before driving on the road. Impose. The school administration will impose a dress code starting next semester. The company's CEO tried to impose his own idea on the team. The government will not impose any additional taxes on low-income families. Impress. The fireworks display was designed to impress the audience. Her impressive collection of rare books has earned her a reputation. The new restaurant aims to impress customers with its unique menu. Impressed. I was impressed by her talent. The new employee was impressed by the company's facilities. She seemed impressed by his sense of humor. Inch. The tree branch was 1 inch thick. The distance between us is just an inch wide. I need to lose an inch from my waistline before the party. Incident. An incident occurred at the airport, causing delays. The news report highlighted the details of the recent incident in the city. The company is investigating the incident to determine its cause. Income. My income is not enough to cover my expenses. She increased her income by taking up freelancing. The company's income has been decreasing over the past year. Increasingly. The city's population is increasingly becoming crowded. He is increasingly confident in his abilities. The company is increasingly investing in renewable energy sources. Independence. The country gained independence after years of struggle. She values her independence and doesn't like to be told what to do. The United States declared its independence from Britain in 1776. Index. The company used an index to track its stock prices. The library has a card catalog system indexed by author and title. The search engine uses an index to quickly retrieve relevant results. Indication. The doctor gave her an indication that she was healthy. There was no clear indication of what had caused the fire. The job posting included an indication of the salary range. Industrial. The city's industrial area is being redeveloped. The company has been in the industrial equipment business for 20 years. The museum is showcasing an exhibit on the history of industrial design. Inevitable. The company's bankruptcy was inevitable given its financial struggles. It is inevitable that she will eventually forgive her ex-husband. Climate change is an inevitable consequence of human activity. Inevitably. As the company's profits continue to decline, layoffs inevitably will follow. It is inevitable that she will be late for the meeting. The team's poor performance inevitably led to their elimination from the competition. Infection. The doctor treated the patient to prevent infection. The wound became infected and had to be cleaned thoroughly. Antibiotics are used to treat bacterial infections. Inform. I will inform my boss about the meeting. The doctor informed me that I have to take medicine regularly. Can you inform me about the new policies? Initial. The company's initial investment in the project was $10 million. The doctor took some initial readings from my medical chart. The company's initial public offering, IPO, was a huge success. Initially, I was skeptical about the idea, but it turned out to be a great success. The company initially struggled to adapt to the new market trends. She was initially hesitant to try skydiving, but eventually became addicted. Initiative. The company is taking an initiative to reduce its carbon footprint. The new policy is a great initiative that will benefit many students. The organization took the initiative to help those affected by the disaster. Ink. The pen ran out of ink. Nan. Inner. The inner circle of the company makes most of the important decisions. She has an inner strength that helps her overcome any obstacle. The inner workings of a computer can be complex and difficult to understand. Insert. Please insert your payment information to complete the transaction. You need to insert the USB drive into the computer. The software requires you to insert a license key to activate it. I insist that you try this cake. It's amazing. She insisted on going to the party alone. He insists that he is not responsible for the mistake. Install. I will install the new software on my computer. The company will install solar panels on the roof of their office building. You need to install a new battery in your car to make it start again. Instance. In this instance, we will follow the new policy. Can you give me an instance of when you were late? This is the first instance of its kind in our city. Institute. The Art Institute offers courses in painting and sculpture. The Research Institute has been studying climate change for years. The company is going to establish an institute in the new city. Institution. The university is an institution that provides higher education to students. The hospital has been an institution in this town for over a century. The museum is an institution that collects and preserves art and cultural artifacts. Intended. The company intended to launch its new product in January. She had not intended to hurt anyone's feelings. But it happened anyway. The teacher intended for the students to work individually on the project. Internal. The company has an internal system for tracking employee performance. The internal temperature of the car reached 90 degrees Fahrenheit. The company's internal policies are quite strict. Interpret. The lawyer interpreted the contract's fine print to mean that the company was obligated to pay. Archaeologists struggled to interpret the ancient hieroglyphics, trying to decipher their meaning. The artist's latest sculpture was open to interpretation, leaving viewers with a sense of ambiguity. Interpretation. The artist's interpretation of the painting was quite different from mine. The teacher asked the student to provide an interpretation of the poem. The company's interpretation of the new regulations was stricter than expected. Interrupt. The phone call interrupted my meeting. Don't interrupt me while I'm concentrating. The noise from outside interrupted our conversation. Interval. The concert had an interval of 15 minutes before the next performance. The scientist studied the interval between the two events to understand their relationship. She took a short interval to stretch her legs and rest during the marathon. Investigation. The police launched an investigation into the mysterious theft. The journalist conducted a thorough investigation into the company's financial dealings. The detective was in charge of conducting an investigation into the murder. Investment. I made an investment in stocks last year. The company plans to make a significant investment in research and development. My retirement fund is an investment in my future. Joint. The joint in my knee hurts when I run. We need to oil the joint on our car to keep it running smoothly. The park has a beautiful joint with a pond and walking paths. Joy. The children felt joy when they went to the park. She experienced great joy when she got married. The concert brought joy to all who attended. Judgment. The judge delivered his verdict based on her careful judgment. After listening to both sides of the argument, she made a swift and just judgment. The company's poor financial judgment led to its downfall. Junior. The junior developer was responsible for debugging the code. The junior tennis player won the tournament in her first year. The company hired a junior marketing specialist to help with their campaign. Justice. The judge delivered justice to the defendant. She fought for social justice throughout her career. The country was seeking justice for the victims of the natural disaster. Justify. The company needs to justify its decision to lay off employees. Can you justify your expensive purchase by explaining how it will benefit me? The judge asked the lawyer to justify his client's actions. Labor. The farmer worked hard in the labor-intensive field. Labor laws aim to protect workers' rights and benefits. The construction project required a lot of manual labor. Landscape. The hikers loved the rugged landscape of the mountains. From the top of the hill, We saw a beautiful landscape of green fields and forests. The artist's painting depicted a serene landscape with a calm lake and rolling hills. Lane. The cyclist rode down the quiet lane. The road was narrow and had only one lane. She walked alone down the winding lane. Largely. The company has largely expanded its operations in Asia. She has largely given up her love for baking. The new policy is largely based on customer feedback. Launch. We will launch a new product next quarter. The rocket will launch into space at exactly 3 p.m. The company will launch a marketing campaign this summer. League. The soccer league in our city is very competitive. The new player joined the professional league after winning several tournaments. The team is determined to win the league championship this year. Lean. The tree branch leans against the wall. She leaned in to listen carefully to what he was saying. The door leans slightly open. Leave. I will leave this book for you. She left her job last week. Please don't leave me alone tonight. License. The driver needs a license to drive in this country. She got her driving license at the age of 18. The shop requires a license to sell counterfeit goods. Limited. The company has a limited number of employees. The sale is limited to only 2 days. The hotel room was limited to 1 person per night. Liter. The bottle contains 1 liter of water. The recipe requires 2 liters of milk. The car's fuel tank can hold 5 liters of gasoline. Lively. The party was lively, with people dancing and singing. She's a very lively person who loves to travel. The music festival had a lively atmosphere, with good food and drinks. Load. I need to load my camera with film before the trip. The truck was overloaded, so it couldn't drive on the highway. Please don't load too many files at once. It will slow down your computer. Loan. I need to take out a loan to buy a car. The bank offered me a loan of $10,000. You can borrow money with a personal loan from the credit union. Logical. It's logical to assume that he will be late. The detective used logical reasoning to solve the crime. Her plan was logical and well thought out. Loose. The screw is loose. I lost my loose button. She tied the package with a loose string. Lord. The lord of the manor was very wealthy. She knelt before her lord, begging for mercy. In medieval times, lords were the rulers of their lands. Loyal. The company is loyal to its employees. My best friend has been loyal to me for years. She was a loyal companion to her dog. Lung. The doctor examined her lung. Smog can damage your lung. He struggled to breathe because of his damaged lung. Maintain. I need to maintain my car regularly. The company is committed to maintaining its high standards. It's important to maintain a healthy diet and exercise habit. Majority. The majority of students chose English as their favorite subject. The majority of voters supported the new policy. By a narrow margin, the minority won over the majority. Make. I will make a cake. Can you make this chair stronger? She makes me laugh every day. Makeup. She likes to wear makeup to enhance her features. The cosmetics store sells a wide range of makeup products. She needs to touch up her makeup before the party starts. Manufacture. The company manufactures cars in its factory. The toy manufacturer produces toys for children. The new smartphone was manufactured in China. Manufacturing. The company is involved in manufacturing electronics. The factory has been shut down due to manufacturing defects. The country's economy relies heavily on manufacturing industries. Mass. The priest said a mass for the deceased. The astronomer studied the mass of the star. A large mass of people gathered to protest. Massive. The massive tree in our backyard is over 100 years old. The new smartphone has a massive storage capacity of 512 gigabytes. The firework display was absolutely massive, filling the entire sky. Master. The master of the house gave me a warm welcome. She is a master of playing the violin. He became a master of martial arts after years of practice. Matching. The team's matching uniforms made them look like a professional group. She carefully selected a set of matching kitchen utensils for her new home. The store offered a discount on the matching suit and tie package. Mate. How's it going? Mate? I'm going to the pub with my mate tonight. You're a top bloke. Mate, thanks for helping me out. Material. The material of the shirt is soft and comfortable. We need to gather more material for our project. The company uses high-quality material for their products. Maximum. The company aims to achieve maximum efficiency. We need to use maximum care when handling fragile objects. The goal is to get the maximum score in the game. Mayor. The mayor of New York City is a well-known figure. The mayor announced plans to improve the city's infrastructure. Mayor Johnson has been in office for 3 years. Means. The train is the most convenient means of transportation. This calculator is an efficient means to solve math problems quickly. In this city, walking is a popular means of getting around. Measurement. The scientist took precise measurements of the molecule. The architect designed the building according to specific measurement standards. The teacher emphasized the importance of accurate measurements in science experiments. Melt. The ice cream will melt if it's left outside. The chocolate melts in my mouth. The sun's heat can make the snow melt. Membership. The company offers membership to its loyal customers. The gym has a special membership program for students. I'm considering canceling my membership to the book club. Military. The military has been involved in peacekeeping efforts around the world. The country's military strength is impressive. The military base was located near the border. Mineral. The mineral water is very refreshing. The geologist studied the mineral composition of the rocks. The new mine found a valuable mineral deposit. Minimum. The company has a minimum wage of $15 per hour. The hotel requires a minimum stay of 2 nights. The recipe calls for a minimum of 3 eggs. Minister. The minister visited the refugee camp yesterday. The Minister of Education is very experienced. The new minister took office last week. Minor. The minor injury was not serious. She got a minor penalty for speeding. The company is facing a minor crisis. Minority. The minority group in the company has been working together to address their concerns. In many countries, a minority of people speak more than one language fluently. The government has implemented policies to promote the rights of the ethnic minority. Mixed. The salad was mixed with vegetables and fruits. The paint is mixed in the container to make a uniform color. She added her feelings to the mixture, which was now mixed with sadness and anger. Monitor. The teacher asked the students to monitor their progress. The computer system requires regular monitoring to ensure its performance. The nurse monitored the patient's vital signs throughout the day. Moral. The story taught us an important moral about being kind to others. The teacher emphasized that honesty is the best moral in life. The movie's moral was that forgiveness is essential for moving on. Moreover, the new employee was not very experienced. Moreover, he was very lazy. The company offers flexible working hours. Moreover, they provide great benefits. The city has a lot of traffic problems. Moreover, parking is very difficult to find. Motion. The judge granted the defendant's motion to dismiss the case. The dancer's fluid motion across the stage was mesmerizing. The car's slow motion through the intersection caused a traffic jam. Motor. The motor of my car is very powerful. The motor on my bicycle needs to be replaced. The motor of the fan is broken. Mount. I will mount my bike tomorrow. The army must mount an operation to capture the enemy's base. You need to mount the TV on the wall for better viewing. Moving. The family is moving to a new house. I'm moving to a different city next month. The company is moving its headquarters to Paris. Multiply. The company will multiply its production to meet the growing demand. To solve this problem, we need to multiply both sides of the equation by 2. The number of students in the class will multiply by 3 next year. Mysterious. The old mansion had a mysterious atmosphere that made me feel uneasy. The detective was trying to solve the mysterious case, but it seemed impossible. The mysterious stranger appeared out of nowhere and disappeared just as quickly. Naked. The baby was naked when it came out of the womb. She walked around the house naked, feeling carefree. The hikers had to strip down to their underwear and walk naked through the stream. Nearby. The hotel is located nearby a beautiful beach. There's a small cafe nearby where we can grab a cup of coffee. The city has many parks and green spaces nearby for people to enjoy. Neat. The way you organized your desk is really neat. My friend's new car is really neat. This puzzle is quite neat and challenging. Nerve. I'm feeling a little nervous about my first day of school. The doctor had to perform surgery without much nerve. It was a tricky procedure. He's got a lot of nerve to ask for a raise after only being here for 3 months. Nevertheless, I was tired, but I still went to the party nevertheless. Despite the rain, we decided to go for a walk nevertheless. Although he was sick, he wanted to attend the meeting nevertheless. The newly elected president gave a speech to the nation. She was wearing a newly designed dress for the party. The company has just opened its newly built factory. Shock. The news of her passing was a shock to all her friends. The electric shock caused him to jump backward quickly. The sudden noise gave me a terrible shock, making my heart skip a beat. Obey. All students must obey the rules of the school. The police officer asked him to obey the traffic laws. She always tries to obey her parents' wishes. Objective. The company's objective is to increase its market share. The athlete's objective was to win the gold medal. The teacher's objective is to help her students learn effectively. Observation. The scientist made an important observation about the behavior of the animals. The teacher asked students to make observations about the natural world around them. The astronomer's detailed observation of the stars helped him identify a new planet. Observe. I will observe the behavior of the children. The scientist observed the effects of climate change. Can you please observe the signs around the city? Obtain. I will obtain a book from the library. She tried to obtain a visa for her trip. The company obtained new funding to expand its operations. Occasionally. I occasionally watch TV before bedtime. The company occasionally offers discounts to its employees. She occasionally writes poetry, but she's not very good at it. Occupy. The protesters occupied the square. The company will occupy the new building next year. The government is trying to occupy the island. Offense. The comedian's joke caused great offense to some people. The accused denied any intention of giving offense. Giving offense was not his intention at all. Offend. The movie's explicit content was likely to offend some viewers. His rude comment was meant to offend the manager. The company apologized for offending their loyal customers. Offensive. The joke was offensive to many people. His behavior was considered offensive by some. Using that word is definitely offensive to me. Opening. The company is holding its annual opening ceremony today. I love watching the opening credits of my favorite TV show. The new museum will have its grand opening next month. Openly. She spoke openly about her struggles with mental health. The company will be open to new ideas and suggestions openly. He openly admitted his mistake and apologized for it. Operate. The doctor will operate on the patient tomorrow. The airline operates flights from New York to Los Angeles daily. Can you help me operate this new software? Opponent. My opponent was very strong in chess. The company's main opponent is another large corporation. In the tennis match, I played against a tough opponent. Oppose. The government is opposed to any form of terrorism. Many people oppose the idea of genetically modified food. The union is opposing the company's decision to lay off employees. Opposed. The government was opposed to the proposal. Many people were opposed to the new law. The company was opposed to any kind of unionization. Opposition. The government faced opposition from various groups over its decision to raise taxes. The company received strong opposition to its proposal for a new factory in the town. The environmentalist group voiced strong opposition to the government's plan to build a new dam. Organ. The church organ was played beautifully. She had an organ transplant to save her life. The hospital has an organ donation program. Origin. The origin of the universe is still unknown. The city's name has its origin in ancient Greek mythology. The company's products have their origin in sustainable technology. Otherwise. I'll take the bus otherwise. You can't go to the party otherwise. She will study for the exam otherwise. Outer. The outer layer of the onion is usually discarded. The astronauts had to wear special suits to protect their outer skin from the harsh sun. The outer ring of the city was designed to be self-sufficient and sustainable. Outline. The professor asked us to outline the main points of the chapter. Can you help me outline my speech for tomorrow's meeting? The architect will use a detailed outline to plan the new building. Output. The computer's output is displayed on the monitor. The factory increased its production output to meet demand. The algorithm produces a large amount of data as its output. Outstanding. The fireworks display was outstanding. She received an outstanding grade in her math test. The new restaurant has been getting outstanding reviews. Overall. The company performed overall well in the financial crisis. Her personality was overall very friendly and approachable. The movie received overall positive reviews from critics. Overall, the company performed overall well in the financial crisis. Her personality was overall very friendly and approachable. The movie received overall positive reviews from critics. Overcome. She worked hard to overcome her fear of public speaking. The team was determined to overcome their opponents in the final match. With practice, she managed to overcome her difficulties with a new language. Oh, I owe my friend $10. You don't owe me anything. They owe us a refund. Packet. I received a packet of seeds in the mail. The company sent me a packet of documents for approval. She carefully opened the packet of coffee grounds. Panel. The company held a panel discussion to discuss the new project. The TV show featured a panel of experts answering questions from viewers. The art gallery hosted a panel event to showcase the work of local artists. Parallel. The two lines run parallel to each other. The development of both companies was not parallel, one being much more successful than the other. The new highway runs parallel to the old road, making it easier to access the city center. Parliament. The Parliament building is very old. The Prime Minister addresses the Parliament regularly. The new law was passed by the Parliament unanimously. Partly. The project was partly completed last week. The reason I'm late is partly because of traffic. She's partly to blame for the mistake. Partnership. The company formed a partnership with a local charity to raise funds for education. The two entrepreneurs started a technology partnership to develop innovative products. The government announced a partnership with international organizations to combat climate change. Passage. The teacher assigned a passage from the novel to be read for homework. The architect designed a beautiful passage that connected two buildings. The historian wrote a passage about the significance of the Battle of Gettysburg. Patience. She has learned to have patience when dealing with difficult customers. The teacher encouraged her students to develop patience while they were learning a new skill. Patience is a virtue that is essential for achieving success in any field. Patient. The doctor examined the patient carefully. The nurse was very patient with the young child. The surgeon operated on the patient without delay. Pause. The movie paused suddenly due to a technical issue. She paused for a moment before speaking her mind. The music paused, and then started again with a new melody. Permanent. The company's policy is to provide permanent health insurance to its employees. She got a permanent tattoo of her favorite quote on her arm. The couple decided to make their relationship permanent by getting married. Permanently. The company will be located permanently in New York. She decided to move permanently to California. The park was closed permanently due to lack of funds. Phase. The company is going through a difficult phase in its history. The project has entered a new phase. And we're expecting significant results. We've been going through a rough phase in our relationship. Let's take some time to talk about it. Philosophy. The philosophy of life is to find happiness. He spent many years studying philosophy at university. Her philosophy on success was hard work and determination. Pick. I will pick some flowers in the garden. Can you pick up your toys and put them away? She likes to pick strawberries from our backyard. Pile. The dirty laundry was stacked in a huge pile. The teacher asked us to pick up our books from the pile. The city's snow removal team worked tirelessly to clear a massive pile of snow. Pill. I took a pill to cure my headache. The doctor prescribed a pill for my cold. The vitamin pill was very expensive. Pitch. The baseball player wound up and threw a perfect pitch. She decided to try her hand at pitching a tent in the backyard. The salesperson gave me a strong pitch on why I should buy this new phone. Pity. I feel pity for the homeless people. It's a pity that it rained on our picnic day. The children felt sorry and showed pity to the injured dog. Plain. The landscape was plain and barren. She chose a plain white dress for the occasion. The instructions were plain to understand. But I still got confused. Pointed. The arrow is pointed towards the target. She wore a pointed hat to the party. The rock formation has a sharply pointed peak. Pose. The model posed elegantly for the camera. She liked to pose as a superhero in her fantasy games. The artist asked me to pose for my portrait. Possess. She possesses a beautiful voice. The company possesses several patents. He possesses a great sense of humor. Potential. The company has great potential for growth. She has a lot of potential to be a successful artist. This new technology has huge potential to change the world. Potentially. The new employee is potentially very talented. This new technology could be potentially life-changing. The team has the potential to win the championship. Praise. The teacher gave praise to the student for her excellent performance. We must praise our hard-working colleagues for their dedication. The crowd erupted in applause and praise as the winner took the stage. Precise. The engineer needed to make precise calculations for the project. The artist used precise strokes to create a beautiful portrait. The scientist required precise measurements to test her theory. Precisely. The instructions were written precisely to ensure that I assembled the furniture correctly. She explained her idea precisely. So we all understood what she meant. He landed the plane precisely on the runway. Despite the strong winds. Preference. I prefer watching movies over reading books. Her preference is to spend weekends at home. The company gives employees a choice of benefits based on their personal preference. Pregnant. The doctor told her that she was pregnant. She found out she was pregnant after missing 2 periods. After 9 months, the baby was born and the mother felt happy being pregnant again. Preparation. The team's preparation for the game was impressive. A good preparation is key to success. The instructor emphasized the importance of proper preparation before a surgery. Presence. The teacher's presence made the students feel more confident. Her absence from the meeting was notable due to her usual presence. The quietness of the forest was broken by the presence of a bird. Preserve. We must preserve the old trees in our city park. The company is working to preserve the natural habitat of endangered species. My grandmother likes to preserve fruits and vegetables for winter storage. Pride. She took great pride in her work. The lion's mane was his greatest source of pride. The team won the championship with pride. Primarily. The company primarily focuses on developing software. The article is primarily about the history of space exploration. This book is primarily intended for university students. Principle. The company operates on the principle of honesty. She lives by the principle that hard work pays off. The new policy is based on the principle of fairness. Print. I need to print out this document. The company will start print production in June. Can you help me print a photo of my family? Prior. I will prioritize my tasks for today. The company prioritizes customer satisfaction above all else. Prior to the meeting, I reviewed the agenda. Priority. The company has made customer satisfaction its top priority. Her day. I make sure that exercise is a priority for me. She decided to put her family's needs as the top priority in her life. Probable. It's probable that she will attend the meeting. The chances of winning the lottery are probably low. He is a probable winner of the award. Procedure. The doctor followed a standard procedure to diagnose the patient's condition. The company has a specific procedure for handling customer complaints. The pilot followed the emergency procedure to land the plane safely. Proceed. Please proceed to the next room. We will proceed with the plan as scheduled. If everything is okay, we can proceed with the project. Produce. The farmer's market produces fresh vegetables daily. The orchard produces apples and pears in abundance. The store sells fresh produce at competitive prices. Promotion. The company is offering a promotion to all its long-term employees. She got a promotion to manager after 5 years of hard work. The new smartphone comes with a special promotion. Buy one get one free. Prompt. The teacher gave the students a prompt to write an essay. The fire alarm was triggered by a prompt investigation into the cause of the blaze. The company needs a prompt response to this offer before it's too late. Proof. The detective needed proof that the suspect was at the crime scene. She couldn't provide any physical proof of her identity. His impressive skills were a proof that he had put in a lot of effort. Proportion. The architect designed the building to ensure that its proportion was harmonious. The ratio of the width to the length is not in proportion to the original design. The artist's style was characterized by an unusual proportion of bold lines and colors. Proposal. The company will consider the employee's proposal for a new project. She made a proposal to her friend that they go on a trip together. The architect presented his proposal for the new City Hall building to the mayor. Propose. I propose to spend the weekend at the beach. The company proposes to hire more staff for the next quarter. She proposed that we try a new restaurant in town. Prospect. The company sees great prospect in expanding its operations to Asia. The geologist was excited about the prospect of discovering a new mineral. The job prospect looked very promising after I completed my degree. Protection. The company offers protection plans for its customers. The government provides protection to endangered species. The helmet provides protection to the head during sports. Publication. The company's latest publication has been well received by critics. The journal is a leading international publication in its field. The author's new book will be published next month. Publicity. The company hired a PR firm to create positive publicity for their new product. The celebrity's publicist worked tirelessly to generate publicity around her latest movie release. The charity event received widespread publicity due to its unique theme and star-studded guest list. Publishing. The company is getting into publishing books. She decided to self-publish her novel. The journal is a leading publisher of scientific articles. Pupil. The pupil was very excited to start her new school year. The teacher asked the pupil to read the story out loud. The doctor examined the pupil of the patient's eye carefully. Purchase. I will purchase a new phone at the store today. She decided to purchase a book online because it was cheaper. Can you help me make a purchase with my credit card? Pure. The water in this mountain spring is pure. She makes only pure and natural cosmetics. The company guarantees that its products are 100% pure. Purely. I am purely interested in reading books. She is purely focused on her work. The new policy is purely aimed at increasing profits. Pursue. I will pursue my dreams. She decided to pursue a career in medicine. He chose to pursue his passion for photography. Rail. The train ran along the rail. He climbed up the rail to get a better view. The rail fence was old and rusty. Rank. The army officer held a high rank in the military. The professor was ranked first in his department for his research. The company's sales team had a low rank in the industry competition. Rapid. The rapid fire of bullets was intense. The rapid growth of the company surprised everyone. The rapid current in the river made it hard to swim. Rapidly. The fire was spreading rapidly across the forest. The company is growing rapidly and expanding into new markets. Her skills are improving rapidly as she practices more. Raw. The chef used raw ingredients to make the salad. The wound was still raw and painful from the accident. The artist's painting was a raw expression of her emotions. Reach. I will reach my goal if I work hard. The tree branch is too high for me to reach. Can you reach the top shelf for me? Realistic. The artist's painting of the cityscape was very realistic. The film's special effects were surprisingly realistic, making it feel more immersive. It's unrealistic to expect a perfect plan from the first try. We'll refine it gradually. Reasonable. The company's proposal was deemed reasonable and accepted. Her demands were considered reasonable, so they were met halfway. It's not unreasonable to expect a certain level of service from this hotel. Reasonably. I think it's reasonably safe to walk home at night. The hotel room was reasonably priced considering its location. It took me reasonably long to finish the project. Recall. I recall meeting you at the party last year. The company will recall all faulty products by next month. She recalled her childhood memories when she saw the old photo. Reckon. I reckon it's going to rain tomorrow. She reckons she can finish the project by Friday. They reckon they'll have a great time at the party. Recognition. The company gave her recognition for her hard work. He received recognition from his peers for his innovative ideas. The award was given to him in recognition of his contributions to the field. Recover. The patient began to recover from her illness. After the surgery, it took him several weeks to fully recover. The company is trying to recover from the financial loss last year. Reduction. The company is offering a reduction in prices for all customers. The doctor recommended a reduction in sugar intake to improve my health. The new technology allows for significant reductions in energy consumption. Regard. I regard him as my best friend. She regarded the job offer as an opportunity to learn. The company regards customer satisfaction as its top priority. Regional. The company has regional offices in several cities. The cuisine is unique to this regional area. The conference will focus on regional economic development. Register. The hotel receptionist asked me to register my name and address. You need to register your vehicle before you can drive it in the city. The university requires students to register for classes by a certain date each semester. Regret. I regret not studying harder when I was in school. She regrets not taking the job offer last year. He regrets getting into a fight with his brother. Regulation. The government has established strict regulations for environmental protection. The company must comply with all safety regulations in order to operate legally. The new regulation requires all employees to take a mandatory training course within the first 6 months of employment. Relatively, the weather in New York is relatively mild compared to other cities in the United States. This smartphone is relatively affordable compared to high-end models. The new employee was relatively quiet during the first day of training, but seemed more comfortable by the end of it. Relevant. The information provided was not relevant to our current project. This data is highly relevant to understanding the company's financial performance. The new employee's skills were not particularly relevant to the job opening. Relief. The fire department's quick response brought relief to the family whose home was on fire. After a long and tiring journey, arriving at the hotel finally brought me relief. The news of her recovery brought great relief to her worried family members. Rely. I rely on my friends for support. The company relies heavily on its employees to meet the deadline. She relies on her intuition when making decisions. Remark. The teacher made a remark to the student who was chatting in class. The artist's latest remark about his work received widespread attention. The news reporter's on-air remark about the weather sparked controversy. Remarkable. The new roller coaster at the amusement park was remarkable. She is a remarkable artist, known for her vibrant paintings. The Grand Canyon is a remarkable natural wonder of the world. Remarkably. The new employee is remarkably efficient and has completed all his tasks on time. The city's new park is remarkably clean. Considering it was built in a busy area, she has remarkably improved her language skills after taking classes for just a few months. Representative. The company has a representative in New York who handles all their business deals. She was elected as the representative of her community to advocate for local issues. The lawyer served as a representative for his client during the court proceedings. Reputation. The company's reputation for quality products has spread all over the world. Her bad temper gave her a terrible reputation in school. The celebrity's good reputation was tarnished by his recent scandal. Requirement. The job posting specifies that a bachelor's degree is a requirement. Meeting all the requirements for the scholarship was crucial for her to win it. The company has a specific requirement for new employees to have a valid driver's license. Rescue. The fire department sent a team to rescue the people trapped in the burning building. The rescue mission was successful and all the animals were safely relocated. The Coast Guard launched a rescue operation to save the stranded sailors. Reserve. I have reserved a table at the restaurant. The park has reserved a plot for the festival. Can you reserve me a room with a view? Resident. The resident of this apartment is very friendly. The doctor examined the patient and declared him a permanent resident of the hospital. The resident of this neighborhood always helps others in need. Resist. The doctor told me to resist the urge to scratch my mosquito bites. The new employee was determined not to resist the temptation to gossip. The company has resisted increasing prices for their products despite rising costs. Resolve. I will resolve this problem once and for all. The company has resolved to donate 10% of its profits to charity. She finally decided to resolve her differences with her sister. Resort. The hotel has become a popular resort for honeymooners. We're thinking of going to a beach resort in Bali for our vacation. The company is building a new resort complex in the mountains. Restore. The park ranger worked to restore the damaged trail. The company will restore your confidence by providing a refund. Conservation efforts aim to restore the endangered species habitat. Restrict. The company restricts its employees from accessing certain websites during work hours. The government aims to restrict the use of plastic bags in the country. The teacher tries to restrict her students from talking during class time. Restriction. The company has a restriction on the number of employees they can hire each year. The government imposed a restriction on the sale of firearms in response to rising crime rates. The airline has a restriction on luggage size and weight for safety reasons. Retain. The company will retain its best employees to ensure continuity. After a few years of studying, she managed to retain most of what she learned. The new employee was able to retain his old job title after the merger. Retirement. She is looking forward to her retirement. His retirement fund will provide for his needs in old age. After years of working hard, he's finally ready to retire. Reveal. The magician's trick finally began to reveal its secret. The surprise party was going to reveal itself at midnight. The new policy will reveal more about our company's values. Revision. I need to do some revision before my exam. The teacher told us to revise our notes carefully. The company will have to revise its strategy after the market downturn. Reward. The company offers a reward to employees who refer new clients. She felt a sense of reward after finishing her long project. The team was promised a reward if they won the game. Rhythm. The drummer's rhythm was perfect. And it matched the music perfectly. I love dancing to the rhythm of this song. The poet used a steady rhythm to convey the message in her poem. Rid. The farmer had to rid his fields of weeds. She was determined to rid herself of her old habits. The city council is trying to rid the streets of litter. Ridiculous. The idea of jumping out of a plane for fun is ridiculous. His claim that he could fly without a parachute was ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think that we can solve world hunger overnight. Rival. My rival in the competition is very skilled. The two teams have been bitter rivals for years. She's always trying to outdo her business rival. Rob. The thief tried to rob the store at night. Police caught the man who tried to rob the bank. She was robbed of her purse on the street. Root. The root of the problem was not addressed. She took out the roots of the plants to plant them elsewhere. The doctor said that there were no roots of decay in his tooth. Roughly. The new employee estimated that it would take roughly 2 weeks to finish the project. The company's sales revenue has been roughly stable over the past year. The journey was supposed to be roughly 4 hours long, but traffic caused delays. Routine. I follow a daily routine to stay organized. The morning routine includes exercising and showering. Sticking to the exercise routine is difficult for me. Rub. I like to rub my hands together when they're cold. Can you help me rub this stain out of my shirt? The mechanic had to rub some wax on the car's paint job. Rubber. The child bounced the rubber ball in the playground. I need to clean my rubber boots before we go hiking. She put a piece of rubber around the broken pencil. Ruin. The ancient city was left in ruin after the war. The old castle will be ruined if we don't repair it soon. The beautiful garden was ruined by the careless kids who played there. Rural. The village is located in a rural area. Many people moved to the city from rural areas. The rural town has no high-speed internet connection. Rush. I need to rush to the store to buy some milk. The river will rush over the dam if it's not repaired soon. She likes to rush through her morning routine to get to work on time. Satisfaction. The customer felt satisfaction after receiving her order. Hard work brings great satisfaction at the end of the day. Listening to music gives me a sense of satisfaction. Satisfied. The customer was satisfied with the service. She felt satisfied after finishing her work. The chef was satisfied with the taste of his new dish. Satisfy. I need to satisfy my hunger before we go. This cake will satisfy your sweet tooth. The new policy aims to satisfy the needs of all employees. Saving. I'm saving money for my future goals. Saving energy helps reduce waste and protect the environment. She's been saving up her allowance to buy a new bike. Scale. The map showed the scale of the city's streets. The fisherman had to adjust the scale on his fishing gear. She was worried about gaining weight and having to change her clothes size on the scale. Scare. The haunted house was designed to scare people. The snake in the grass started to scare me. The loud noise scared everyone in the room. Scheme. The company is implementing a scheme to reduce energy consumption. The teacher had a clever scheme to get the students to do their homework. The government's scheme to help the poor is facing criticism from many groups. Scratch. The cat likes to scratch the carpet. I need to scratch this itch on my arm. The dog scratches behind its ear with one leg lifted. Scream. The child will scream if you don't give him his toy back. The fire alarm started to scream loudly in the office building. The movie was so scary that people began to scream in fear. Sector. The tech sector is growing rapidly. The government has invested heavily in the energy sector. The company operates in several sectors, including finance and healthcare. Secure. The company has implemented secure servers to protect its customers' data. She feels more secure knowing that she has a backup plan in case of an emergency. The door is securely locked to prevent unauthorized access. Seek. The company seeks to expand its market share. She sought advice from her friends and family. He is seeking a job in a prestigious firm. Select. I will select the best option. The restaurant allows you to select your meal. She likes to select her own music playlist. Selection. The company made a selection of employees to attend the training program. The store offers a daily selection of fresh fruits and vegetables. The designer had a wide selection of fabrics to choose from for her new dress. Self. I am trying to be more self-confident. She is very self-aware of her surroundings. He needs to take care of his own self. Senior. The senior citizen received a discount at the store. She is the senior member of our team, with many years of experience. The university offers scholarships to senior students who are struggling financially. Sensitive. She is sensitive to loud noises. The camera is very sensitive to light. He has a sensitive stomach and can't eat spicy food. Session. The therapist led the patient through a guided meditation session. The software company offers training sessions to its clients. The musician played several songs during his afternoon session at the jazz club. Settle. The dispute will settle in court. She settled into her new role at work. The company is trying to settle a long-standing debt. Severe. The storm caused severe damage to the city's infrastructure. Her mother had a severe allergic reaction to the bee sting. The doctor warned me that my illness was severe and required immediate treatment. Severely. The patient was severely injured in the accident. The company suffered severely from the economic downturn. She was severely reprimanded by her teacher for misbehaving. Shade. The tree provides shade for my car. The sun was beating down, but I found some shade under the umbrella. We like to relax in the shade on hot summer days. Shadow. The tree cast a long shadow on the ground. The man's shadow was very dark because he wore black clothes. The sun will not be able to cast a shadow without the object. Shallow. The pool is very shallow. The river's water is shallow in this part. She didn't expect him to be so shallow-minded. Shame. The company felt shame for its involvement in the scandal. She was filled with shame when she realized what she had done. He expressed no shame for his reckless behavior. Shaped. The cookie is shaped like a heart. The company's logo is shaped like an arrow. The puzzle piece is shaped to fit perfectly in the corner. Shelter. The birds build a shelter in the trees. The hikers found a shelter at the mountain pass. During the storm, we sought shelter indoors. Shocked. I was shocked by the news. She was shocked to find out her husband had left her. The tourists were shocked by the noise of the city. Shocking. The news of her sudden resignation was shocking. The shocking truth about his past was finally revealed. Her reaction to the surprise party was surprisingly shocking. Shooting. The photographer was doing some shooting in the park. The company is going to start a shooting competition soon. The hunter went out for some shooting this morning. Shortly. I will finish my project shortly. We will be arriving at the hotel shortly. The results will be announced shortly. Shot. The doctor gave me a shot to cure my fever. Take a shot of whiskey and enjoy your evening. The photographer took a quick shot of the sunset. Signature. The artist added her signature to the painting. She had to sign the contract in her own signature style. Can you recognize the famous author's signature on this book? Significant. The company's decision to invest in renewable energy was significant because it reduced their carbon footprint. Her research findings were significant, as they challenged existing theories in the field of psychology. The new policy has a significant impact on our daily lives, affecting everything from transportation to education. Skilled. The carpenter is skilled at building custom furniture. She's a skilled dancer and has won several awards. The company hires only the most skilled employees. Significantly. The new policy has significantly reduced the company's carbon footprint. Per year, the economy has grown significantly, creating more job opportunities. The new medicine has shown to be significantly more effective than the previous one. Silence. The room fell into silence as the presenter finished speaking. The silence was broken by the sound of birds chirping outside. She appreciated the silence during meditation. It helped her focus. Silk. The scarf was made of silk. The fabric felt smooth and silky to the touch. The queen's gown was embroidered with intricate silk thread. Sincere. The company's apology was sincere. She gave me a sincere smile when we met again after many years. His heartfelt and sincere condolences brought comfort to the grieving family. Slide. The children loved to play on the slide. The park has a big slide for kids. Can I go down the slide again? Slight. The difference was slight, but it made all the difference. Her wound was just a slight scratch. The company's financial loss was only slight, but still concerning. Slip. I slipped and fell on the ice. The banana peel made me slip and fall. The floor was too slippery, so I held onto the wall to avoid a slip. Slope. The hiker had to climb up the steep slope. The new roller coaster has a long, winding slope that takes you through a dark tunnel. In the winter, the slope behind our house becomes a popular spot for sledding. Somehow, I managed to finish my project somehow. She found her way back home somehow. The company survived the crisis somehow. Somewhat. The weather was somewhat warm yesterday. Her grades were somewhat improved this semester. The new employee is somewhat shy around strangers. Soul. The singer poured her soul into every performance. His soul was crushed when his dog died. She felt a deep connection to the soul of nature. Spare. I have a spare tire in my car. Can you spare some time to help me? He found a spare key hidden outside. Specialist. The doctor is a specialist in cardiology. The company hired a specialist to fix the computer system. She decided to see a dermatologist, a specialist in skin conditions. Spice. I added some spice to the dish. The aroma of fresh spices filled the room. What kind of spice is that? Spiritual. The New Age movement emphasized the importance of spiritual growth. The spiritual leader gave a powerful speech to inspire the crowd. Her spiritual practices helped her find inner peace and calmness. Spite. She spoke harshly to her sister in spite of knowing it would hurt her feelings. He refused to apologize, even in spite of his wife's tears. The company filed for bankruptcy in spite of the owner's best efforts to save it. Split. The tree split open when it fell. We need to split the bill evenly among us. The firewood is going to split into small pieces if we hit it with a hammer. Spoil. I don't want to spoil the surprise for my friend. The weather was perfect, so we didn't need to spoil it by going inside. Eating too many sweets will spoil your appetite for dinner. Spread. The news of her resignation spread quickly throughout the company. She spread a layer of butter on each slice of bread. The gardener had to spread fertilizer over the entire lawn. Stable. The horse is kept in a stable. The stable door was open. The economy of the country has become more stable. Stand. The teacher asked me to stand in front of the class. Can you stand up and dance for me? I will stand my ground against any opposition. Stare. She stared at her phone in shock. The child stared out the window, fascinated by the birds. The crowd stared at the performer, mesmerized by his magic tricks. Status. The company's status as a leading brand was confirmed in the recent survey. Her social media status update was liked by thousands of people. The job applicant's marital status was not disclosed to the interviewer. Steadily. The economy has been growing steadily over the past few years. She walked steadily down the hill, her eyes fixed on the path ahead. The company has been expanding steadily into new markets. Steady. The company is having steady growth in sales. She took a few deep breaths to calm herself down and remain steady. He kept his eyes on the road, keeping his car steady at high speed. Steam. The train was surrounded by steam as it entered the station. She poured hot water into a kettle to create steam for tea. The foggy morning air was filled with steam from the city's many factories. Steel. The skyscraper was made of steel. The bicycle had steel wheels. Steel is a strong metal. Steep. The mountain trail is steep and difficult to climb. The coffee shop's prices are quite steep for students on a budget. The rock face is so steep that it's hard to find handholds. Sticky. The honey is sticky. The glue stuck to my hands because it was too sticky. Be careful not to touch anything sticky. Stiff. The old man's back was stiff from years of bending. After the long flight, her neck felt stiff and sore. The new employee was stiff in his interactions with colleagues. Stock. I need to restock my pantry. The company held a large stock of supplies. Can you help me keep track of our stock levels? Stream. The stream runs through the valley. The water in the stream is very clear. We went for a walk along the stream. Stretch. The yoga instructor told the students to stretch before class. After running, I like to stretch my legs to relax. The cat likes to stretch in the sunbeams streaming through the window. Strict. The teacher is very strict about arriving on time. My mom is strict when it comes to my eating habits. The company has a strict policy regarding employee tardiness. Strictly. I will attend the meeting strictly. The teacher is very strict about punctuality. So students must arrive on time strictly. The company has a policy of not hiring anyone who uses drugs strictly. Strike. The workers decided to strike if their demands were not met. The storm caused a tree branch to strike the car window. The tennis ball struck the net and bounced back. Stroke. The painter gave a stroke to the canvas. After the stroke of midnight, the party started. The doctor examined the patient's stroke victim. Struggle. I struggle to learn new languages. The company has been struggling financially for months. She struggled through the difficult exam. Subject. The student is very interested in her subject. Can you help me with my math subject? The teacher gave the students a new subject to learn. Suffering. The refugees were suffering from hunger and thirst. Many animals were suffering due to the lack of food in the forest. The patient was suffering from a severe headache and couldn't sleep. Sufficient. The amount of money was sufficient to buy the necessary items. The new employee's skills were deemed sufficient for the job. The recipe requires only a few ingredients, which are sufficient to make 4 servings. Sufficiently. The amount of money was sufficiently large to buy the house. She was sufficiently prepared for the exam, so she felt confident. The new employee was sufficiently trained to handle the project on his own. Sum. The sum of 2 and 3 is 5. Can you sum up the main points for me? The teacher asked us to sum our answers. Surround. The castle is surrounded by a moat. The city streets were surrounded by police cars and ambulances. The beautiful garden was surrounded by tall trees. Surrounding. The city is surrounded by mountains. The garden was filled with flowers surrounding the pond. The light from the lamp surrounds the room. Tank. The tank rolled slowly across the desert floor. The soldier carefully climbed onto the tank's back. The city's water tank was almost empty. Suspect. The police suspect that the thief is hiding in the alley. I suspect that my friend is going to be late for the party. The detective suspects that the murder was committed by a rival gang member. Swallow. The bird swallowed its food quickly. I had to swallow my pride and apologize. You should swallow the pill whole. Swear. I swear to tell the truth. She swore she would never forgive him. He swears by his favorite football team. Sweep. The maid will sweep the floor at 5 p.m. Can you help me sweep up the leaves? She loves to sweep the porch every morning. Switch. I need to switch to a different phone plan. Can you switch off the light? The company will switch to a new software system next year. Sympathetic. The doctor was very sympathetic to my concerns about my health. My friend is always sympathetic when I'm feeling down. The teacher was sympathetic towards the student who had failed the test. Sympathy. I expressed my sympathy to the grieving family. The charity organization offers sympathy and support to those affected by natural disasters. She sent her condolences and showed sympathy towards the victim's family. Tap. I need to tap my phone to charge it. The bartender will tap your beer if you ask nicely. Please tap on the glass to get my attention. Temporarily. The store will be closed temporarily for renovations. I'll have to temporarily give up my apartment while it's being painted. The company will operate from a temporary location until its new building is ready. Temporary. The temporary job will last for 6 months. She rented a temporary apartment while her house was being renovated. The company has set up a temporary office until their new building is ready. Tension. The team was under a lot of tension before the big game. The musician felt a sense of tension in his fingers as he played the piano. The lack of communication caused tension between the couple. Terribly. I am terribly tired. The weather is terribly hot today. My sister sings terribly out of tune. Thorough. The detective conducted a thorough investigation into the crime. The teacher gave the students a thorough explanation of the math problem. The mechanic performed a thorough check on the car before giving it back to the owner. Thoroughly. I researched the topic thoroughly. The doctor examined me thoroughly before giving me a diagnosis. She has been studying English thoroughly for the past year. Threat. The rise of the far-right party is seen as a threat to democracy. If you don't pay your debt, it will become a threat to your credit score. The company's financial struggles have become a threat to its existence. Threaten. The company's financial troubles threaten to shut down the factory. He threatens to quit if his demands aren't met. The storm warning threatens to disrupt the entire festival. Thumb. I scratched my thumb. She used her thumb to press the button. The doctor took a blood sample from his thumb. Thus, the company's financial struggles thus led to significant job cuts. The teacher's stern expression thus made me nervous before the test. The new policy thus aimed to reduce waste and promote sustainability. Ton. The company has received a ton of orders recently. This cake is made with a ton of sugar. The new employee has to lift a ton of boxes every day. Tone. The tone of the music was very calming. She adjusted the tone on her radio to get better reception. His sarcastic tone made me feel annoyed. Ton. We need to order at least 1 ton of sugar for the bakery. The company uses over a ton of plastic every month. The farmer has harvested 2 tons of wheat this season. Tough. The hiker had to navigate through tough terrain. She found it tough to learn a new language. The coach said he was tough enough for the challenge. Trading. I am trading my old car for a new one. The company is trading successfully in the stock market. She loves trading books with her friends at school. Transfer. I will transfer my money to your account. The company will transfer you to another department if you don't meet the targets. Can I transfer this file to a USB drive? Transfer. I will transfer my money to your account. The company will transfer you to another department if you don't meet the targets. Can I transfer this file to a USB drive? Transform. The caterpillar will transform into a butterfly. The company plans to transform its old factory into a trendy office space. Meditation can help you transform your negative thoughts into positive ones. Transportation. The city has a good system of transportation. The company provides different types of transportation for its employees. The new highway will improve the transportation in this area. Trap. The cat fell into the trap. She tried to set a trap for the thief. He got caught in his own trap. Trial. The lawyer prepared for the trial carefully. The new product went on trial run at the factory last week. The company's financial situation is under trial due to the economic crisis. Tropical. The tropical island was a popular vacation spot. The rainforest is home to many exotic and tropical plants. Her bright green eyes sparkled like the tropical ocean. I trust you completely. She trusts her instincts. Can we trust each other? Try. I will try to finish my homework tonight. You should try this new restaurant in town. He tried to ride the bicycle without training wheels. Tune. The radio was playing a catchy tune. She knew how to sing in perfect tune. Can you help me get the TV into tune? Tunnel. The train went through a long tunnel. We walked through the tunnel to get to the other side. The car drove slowly through the dark tunnel. Ultimate. The ultimate goal of the team is to win the championship. She has been training for years to become the ultimate martial arts champion. The new smartphone is the ultimate device for gaming and entertainment. Ultimately, the company will ultimately go bankrupt if it doesn't receive more funding. She ultimately decided to pursue her passion for art over a stable job. After trying several options, they ultimately found the perfect solution to their problem. Unacceptable. The company's policy of firing employees without warning is unacceptable. It's unacceptable that some students don't have access to decent education. The quality of the food at this restaurant is unacceptable. Unconscious. The patient was unable to recall her childhood memories because she was unconscious for several years. The therapist worked with the patient's unconscious mind to uncover underlying emotional issues. Unconscious biases can influence our decisions and behaviors without us realizing it. Unexpected. The surprise party was an unexpected delight for her. The unexpected power outage left us in the dark. Meeting my favorite celebrity at the airport was an unexpected pleasure. Unfortunate. It was an unfortunate coincidence that I ran into my ex at the airport. The weather forecast predicted an unfortunate heatwave for the summer. The company had to lay off many employees due to an unfortunate decline in sales. Unique. The butterfly's color pattern is unique. Her cooking style is truly unique. This painting is a unique piece of art. Unite. The people of the city must unite to overcome the challenges they face. The team was able to unite and win the game despite being down by several points. It is essential for the community to unite and support each other in times of need. Universe. The universe is very old. Humans have been exploring the universe for centuries. Everything in the universe is connected somehow. Unknown. The origins of the ancient city were unknown. She was afraid of what lay unknown in the dark forest. The new species of plant was discovered, but its purpose was still unknown. Upper. The upper floor of the building is where we have our office. I prefer to stay in my upper bedroom because it's quieter. The upper part of the mountain is very steep and rocky. Upwards. The rocket shot upwards into the sky. She climbed upwards to reach the top of the mountain. The plant grew upwards towards the sunlight. Urban. The urban area is very crowded. The city's urban planning department created a new bike lane. Urban farming allows people to grow their own food in small spaces. Urge. I have an urge to travel. The company has an urge to expand globally. She felt an urge to quit her job. Urgent. The patient's condition is urgent. I need to resolve this issue urgently. The fire department received an urgent call about a house fire. Useless. The broken toy is useless. She thought her old phone was useless and bought a new one. This calculator is useless for solving algebra problems. Valid. The company's insurance policy is valid for 1 year. The professor considered my argument to be invalid. Not valid. A valid passport is required to travel internationally. Variation. The recipe has many variations, including vegetarian and gluten-free options. The new song is a variation of our old hit single. The design company offers various design variations for their clients. Vary. The weather conditions vary greatly from one season to another. The prices of houses in this city vary depending on location and size. Her day. The temperature outdoors can vary by up to 10 degrees. Vast. The desert stretched out in a vast expanse before us. The library's vast collection of books was impressive. The city's vast network of streets was confusing to navigate. Vertical. The skyscraper rose vertically into the air. The painting featured a vertical stripe pattern. She wore a necklace that hung vertically from her neck. Very. The sun is very hot. She is very happy now. This cake is very tasty. Via. I'll get there via train. She's traveling to Paris via bus and plane. The package will arrive via courier tomorrow. Victory. The team celebrated their victory with champagne and cake. We worked hard for our victory in the competition. The country's independence was a great victory after centuries of oppression. Violence. Violence can be a major obstacle to peace. The government has been working to reduce violence in the city. The film depicted extreme violence and was rated R. Visible. The stars in the sky were visible to the naked eye. From my window, I can see the park and it's very visible. The company's financial problems became visible only after they went bankrupt. Vision. My vision for the future includes a world without poverty. The company's vision statement emphasizes innovation and customer satisfaction. Her passion and determination gave her a clear vision for success. Vital. The medicine was vital to curing the patient. A vital part of the machine had broken. It's vital that we get there on time for the meeting. Volume. The volume of the music was too loud. Can you turn up the volume on the TV? The volume of the book is 400 pages long. Wage. The company offers a competitive wage to its employees. Her hour of work earns her a fixed wage. The union is fighting for higher wages and better working conditions. Wander. The hiker decided to wander through the forest. She likes to wander around the city on weekends. The children love to wander in the park and play games. Way. I'll find my way to the airport by taxi. The best way to learn a language is to practice every day. Can you show me the way to the nearest bookstore? Weakness. The company's biggest weakness is its outdated technology. His weakness for sweets is one of his most notable flaws. The team's main weakness was their poor communication. Wealth. The wealthy businessman donated a large sum of money to charity. The country's wealth was built on its natural resources and hard-working people. Her wealth and fame allowed her to travel the world in style. Weekly. I take a weekly bus to work. The company has a weekly meeting every Friday. She does yoga 3 times a week. Whereas. The company's profits increased. Whereas last year they decreased. She is more confident in her abilities. Whereas he is still unsure. The new policy will benefit all employees. Whereas the old one only helped management. Wherever. I will meet you wherever you want to go. She loves to travel whenever and wherever she pleases. We'll have a great time. Whatever or wherever we decide to go. Whisper. She whispered the secret to her friend. The teacher asked the student to whisper in class. He whispered the password into my ear. Whoever finishes their homework first will get a prize. I'll give my phone number to whoever asks nicely. The job offer goes to whoever has the most experience. Whom? The teacher asked whom she would be working with today. The detective wanted to know whom he should question first. I wonder whom they will invite to their party next week. Widely. The company's products are widely used in many countries. The new policy is not widely accepted by everyone. The company has a reputation for being widely respected. Willing. I am willing to help you. The company is willing to invest in new projects. She is not willing to give up her dreams. Wire. The electrician needed to fix the wire that was tangled. She wrapped the wire around the metal rod tightly. He accidentally cut the wire while trying to trim it. Wise. She was wise to invest in a diversified portfolio. The wise old man shared his life experiences with the young boy. He became wise after facing many challenges and failures. Withdraw. The bank will withdraw $100 from my account. I am forced to withdraw from the game due to an injury. He decided to withdraw his application for the job. Witness. The police officer asked me to be a witness in the court. She was a witness to the accident and called for help immediately. The company will not accept any complaints without a witness. Wrap. I will wrap the gift for her. She likes to wrap herself in a blanket when she's cold. Can you wrap this package for me? Wrist. I injured my wrist while playing tennis. She put her watch on her wrist to check the time. He wore a leather strap around his wrist as a fashion accessory. Zone. The traffic zone is closed for repairs. The hotel room had a quiet zone for sleeping. We entered the danger zone. And everything went wrong.